And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a well overdue episode of the Love Gymnastics Network. Say hi, Oscar.
Hi.
And we have a very special guest joining us tonight. Say hi, Nisha.
Hi, everyone.
Because of Nisha, I'm going to drag Connor McClain. And y'all blame Nisha. I'm going to try to be nice. But however she comes for Sky Blakely, it's how hard I'm going to drag Connor McClain tonight, baby. Because I'm so sick of the damn Scott Blakely disrespect over here. I'm so sick of my boo getting disrespected on every corner. I'm just joking. But you guys, we have so much gymnastics to talk about. I want to first off and say thank you all for still riding with me while I was going through my little gymnastics mental health break. Me and Oscar was talking about this before, and I'm just going to share this with y'all as well. The NCAA isn't really my jazz like that. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But it just hasn't been inspirational for me like that. And like I feel like especially lately, we've been trying to force episodes just to be forcing episodes when I really didn't have an opinion one way or another. And I'm gonna stop doing that. Like gymnastics is very long. We have a lot of gymnastics to get through. And if I miss some things, we just miss some things because why just try to be forcing to have conversations when there's no conversations to be had, if that makes any sense to anybody. But thank you all for rocking with me. And with that being said, I also want to say thank you all who enjoy my little edited videos. I am learning how to edit videos, and thank you, Andy, and thank you, Langston, and thank you, Oscar, for trying to teach me how to add up start values and things. I think I think I'm learning. I think I'm learning. Y'all done wore me out until I learned how to do it. So I think I'm learning. So the announcement is I'm mostly gonna post my little edited videos to Twitter now. Because why post them to YouTube when people don't watch them on YouTube, where people prefer to watch me on Twitter? So I'm gonna really, really, really be investing in putting content on the Twitter platform. So there's that.
As a
Um,
YouTube viewer myself, I'm I'm concerned. Does this mean you're not gonna be posting your edited videos to YouTube?
I'm still gonna post them to YouTube,
Thank God.
but
Okay.
I'm gonna primarily post them like YouTube is whatever. If I post them to YouTube, I'm just posting them to YouTube, but I'm gonna really try to build up my Twitter page. It's the platform that most of you guys know me from and follow me from anyway. Why am I gonna keep trying to bang my head against these YouTube streets when YouTube don't like me, but Twitter, they don't seem to mind me over there. So I'm going to focus harder on building my Twitter platform as well as my YouTube channel, as well as my Facebook page, as well as all the other platforms that you guys see me at. There's more than one way to skin a cat, I realize.
Okay, business savvy. I will say, like, I've discovered you on YouTube, and I still watch all of your videos when they come out on YouTube. So remember that there are people who ride hard for you on YouTube.
I know, and I love
Yes,
my.
Makayla.
No, Langston, that's you who want to sit up there and read that man for everything that he had. He called that man Wally, Wally friend. Wally, you was my friend. I love you down. I didn't hear how you was calling Gabby Douglas overly dramatic as she was switching her gems, which led Langston to do what he did. If that's the truth, Wally, you started this situation, friend. You did. You did. People love to come for Gabby and call her overly dramatic for no reason when it wasn't even her who did anything. It was her coaches who was being messy. Like, Wally, you have to acknowledge if you did that, friend, you started this situation. I'm for this, and I'm gonna let that be that.
I missed all of that.
Langston and then Wally is over there having down YouTube battles now.
Aw, I wish the girls could get along because they're both so brilliant.
I know Wally tried to have Langston's face removed.
That's not cool. I would be. That's it's such a. I mean, there's so many great things to say about Gymlandia's YouTube channel, but first and foremost, it's such an important gymnastics forum and community. Like, I'm not into tearing down any of those, no matter
And
what
that's
type of shenanigans are going on. Just look the
and
other
that
way, turn a blind cheek, keep it
and that's
pushing.
how I feel about it too. Like I just love all of the gymnastics content creators, even the ones that I've been kind of messy towards. Like people don't think I like. I love Bree Swan, man. Don't get me wrong. I use her as comparison versus my channel because I love that damn girl. I love her ass. I be sitting up there watching Bree ass, be like, yes, Bree, do your makeup, girl, and let's talk about this shit, girl. I love these people. So I just wish the girls could get along and see the value in each other the way I see it in each other. But if you can't, that's cool. Just understand I'm Switzerland, bitch, and don't put me in it.
I do see a lot of people voicing frustration about how they wish maybe Wally kind of was more consistent or and explicit about the bias that they definitely have towards Russian and Soviet gymnasts.
But
I
see,
mean, like, read between the lines. It's the name of their channel.
and
It's
that's and
every
that's and that's
video,
why
but
and that's why I would never. That's why I can never be mad at them for it because they explicitly tell you, bitch, this is the Soviet gymnastics channel, baby. If you come over here, you better understand that I'm gonna be Team Soviet gymnastics, right? I just wish people would allow Langston to do the same thing for his love of black gymnasts.
exactly.
Like, if you go to Langston's channel, he's gonna have a clear bias towards the black gymnast. If you bring your non-black gymnastics favorites to his channel and be like, but what about them? He's gonna eat them up. It's what he's gonna do. Hey, Johnny. Yes, we've heard that. We're gonna talk about that too in a second. So, hi everybody. So, Oscar, I want to start off the
Hey.
show before we get into the meats and potatoes of all of the gymnastics that's been going on or whatever. I've been promising Langston that we was gonna react to his one of his
There's
videos.
oh, okay.
Let's start off with
It might
that
have
and
changed.
then
I said it might have changed which one you want to watch because there was at one point we were talking about the 10 most overrated part two.
Yeah, let's do that one.
Okay? Do you want to respond
Yeah, because
to?
Langston, okay, because for real, I agree with that, Langston. You are pro-black because you're not biased. Because once again, use another bitch that's be sitting up there hating on my Sky Blakely, and we ain't having that over here. Not on Makayla loves gymnastics. We is not hating on Miss Sky Blakely over here, baby. We is not doing this.
Also, it should be mentioned that Langston prides themselves on um, referencing and standing on facts and facts-based
Correct.
evidence, and it's not
Correct.
just feelings and vibes. I love feelings and vibes and
Me too.
biases, but I respect and I appreciate someone who really reads it for what it is. Like,
Me too. Me too. And look, and this is how Langston is a real ass friend to me. Langston shouts me out on his channel all the time. Langston always invites me to his channel all the time. I have me and Langston DM each other all of the time. Langston has been a true friend to me in this community. All y'all other bitches, y'all run with my ideas and y'all don't give me credit for me. Y'all don't even shout it out. I can have a whole ass interview and y'all reference the interview. Y'all won't even say, oh, we saw this on Makayla Loves Gymnastics channel. Y'all just gonna run with it. So think about all of that shit that y'all do. all the shady shit that y'all do as other gymnastics bloggers to the other gymnastics bloggers who have been more than friendly towards y'all, who's been asking to collab with y'all for years, and y'all pay her dust. Just think about that too.
Hey, Makayla, could you please add Nisha back?
Oh, my bad, Nisha. My bad, baby.
Johnny, I just want to address that comment. I don't think that, or it seems like you're saying being black is a nationality, and it's not, right? Is that how you read it also, Makayla?
Jelani, at least you love being black and not trying to switch your nationalities.
Because there are black Brazilians.
No, that's a read of Rebecca's song, and I'm just gonna keep it pushing. Keep it pushing.
Are you back, Nisha?
Yeah, she's
Yes, I'm
back.
here. Yes.
Good. Okay.
So how we're gonna start today's show, you guys, is we're gonna react to Gymlandia's most overrated gymnast part 2. I've seen it, so it's not a blind reaction to me, but I have opinions about everybody on this list, especially number 1. I was not ready. I'm still not ready for the number 1 person on this list. After we talk about that, then we're gonna talk about we're gonna start off with the NCAA because so much stuff has happened, and we have to talk about the regional because Emma Malibu, you need to be booking your trip to Doha, girl. You need to tell those girls at UCLA, girl.
Wait, if this was regionals, then what do they call it when it turns into sudden death? I haven't watched it yet, Langston. We're about to watch it. I've been saving it for this moment.
Um,
Or underrated. I commented on it. I loved it, and I turned a blind eye to the girls I disagreed with, and it was fine.
And then after that, we're gonna recap all of the gymnastics that we've missed and we haven't talked about because we got to talk about Russian championships. We got to talk about that Russia is basically hosting their own Olympics again this year. We got to talk about the World Cup series and Doha is coming up in a couple of weeks.
Maybe you have some stuff to say about British championships?
I definitely got some stuff to say about British championships. Definitely. And
You said
I think that's it.
What was the answer to my question about if this is regionals, then what will the sudden death stage be called? What is that called? Because I thought that was regionals.
Nationals when you go to Fort Worth Nationals.
Is it?
I thought is nationals where it's like only the top 2 from the like 4 or whatever?
No, that's our regionals.
So that hasn't happened yet, right?
No, what happened last weekend was conference championships.
Oh, so maybe I just misunderstood you as you spoke. I'm sorry. You were talking about regionals in the future, or not regionals?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, sorry.
And I don't like that they call it regional. They should just call it the playoffs, like every other, because that's what it is. It's just the playoffs. So, like, if people say the playoffs, it would make a lot more sense to.
The way that would make less sense to me if we called it that. I don't know what that means.
So
but maybe a semifinal, would that work?
That would work. Yes.
Okay.
It would be because it's basically the semifinals, and then the finals would be the national championship.
That's my language.
Perfect. So, Oscar, if you don't mind, can you share your screen so we could watch Gymlandia, and then we could talk about all of the gymnastics. I think this is a good start, everybody. Thank you guys. We're almost at like 25 people watching. Thank you.
Oh, that's a good bunch. That's a good number.
I guess you guys missed me since I've been gone for so long.
Did you even set a premiere for this?
I don't think so. I just got
Wow.
online.
Okay, top 10 most overrated gymnasts part 2, right?
Yes.
Nisha, have you seen this?
Yes. I wasn't expecting number 10, let me say that. Or number 1.
Number one was
I
the gag for me. Number one was the gag for me.
10 was, I'm pretty sure 10 was spoiled for me, and I have some stuff to say. Can I just to indulge me, I'm just gonna throw out a name for number 1. Number 1 maybe is Nastia Lukin. Just an idea. Just because I'm guessing based off of your reaction, and your reaction feels emotional, and I know that you like
But
Nastia's gymnastics.
because if Nastia was number one, I love Nastia Liukin. I don't know what it is about her. Like, I don't like her as a person. Like after her gymnastics career, but her gymnastics, it did something to me. Like I don't know. Like I live for Nastia. Like
It's her lines. I love her lines too. That's what it is. Her lines, Makayla.
Okay, but then
especially
rank her
and we didn't have
events.
a lot of black gymnasts to cheer for during that quad. So man, I was team Nastia down. Like I hated
Can
Sean
you
Johnson. That's how much I loved Nastia during that quad. It was Nastia and Chelsea. Like you couldn't tell me nothing.
Were you watching 2005 Worlds? Like, when did you watch them?
I watched when NBC played it.
In 2005.
Hmm.
Who did you want to win, Nastia or Chelsea?
Chelsea.
Chelsea, okay. And in 2006, did you want Chelsea to repeat as the world champion?
Absolutely.
Okay, last question, then we'll get into it. Can you rank Nastia's events from your favorite to least favorite?
Clear, yes. My favorite from her is her bar routine. Then I actually like her floor when she was healthy over her beam, but I'm not delusional. I know her beam was her second best event. And then her floor, then her vault.
Why did I expect bars to not be number 1? Okay, ready?
I don't know why. Because I mean, I like leans and heelys and no turns, and that's all Nastia was doing, girl. Like,
I just don't like how some of her positions on certain moves, like her in-bar, her pack, very labored to me. So it like really stood out in comparison to her lines, which look effortless, you know?
but see, back in those days, it didn't seem labor and effort. It was like, wow, Nastia is floating between the bars. Like,
That's what they were pushing, yeah.
I love that. So
Okay,
you
this
guys
is like
ready to be guys?
a good
Y'all ready to be
video.
y'all ready to be entertained by the likes of Gymlandia and his 10 most overrated gymnasts part 2. I think we reacted to part 1 already, so this is the part 2.
You did. If you want to watch that, go look through Makayla's old videos. And it's a good 25 minutes, so sit down, get yourself a glass of water.
Yes.
Hello, I'm Lacey. I'm back on my channel, Gymlandia. Today I'm going to be talking
Uh,
about the top 10 most overrated gymnasts, part 2 edition. I came out with the first edition of this video roughly over a month ago, and it did really well. Y'all ate that shit up. So I'm back doing the second part. Last week I came out with the top 10 most underrated gymnasts as well as the greatest robberies in gymnastics. I'll be coming out with old school editions of these videos, like the in gymnastics, as well as the top 10 most overrated gymnastics pre 2004 edition, talking about old school gymnasts. This focuses on recent gymnasts post 2012 and etc. So make sure to tune into that as well. But anyway, listen, y'all faves gonna be on this list. Like y'all thought my first list was messy. Like warning, Advisory on the screen. Y'all faves are gonna be on this motherfucking list, bitch. Y'all feelings finna be heard. And listen, don't forget to come and pick up your feelings. Like, pick up your motherfucking feelings, because everything I said, I'm not gonna take back. And let me say something else. For the paper plate, Patrick Star colored people, y'all need to listen. Y'all don't gotta be on here. Like, some of y'all forget that my channel was created for black peoples and to protect the image of black women. So y'all watching this shit on a motherfucking tourist visa. Y'all can exit. Like, y'all don't have to watch my motherfucking shit, but I'm entertaining. Like, y'all love watching my shit. Like, y'all are
And that
obsessed with
is
me
one
because,
thing
like,
that
the
that
shit I be
young
saying, like,
man
you
is.
just be like,
Very
yes, Finlandia.
disrespectful.
Like, so y'all can try to be haters, but you really love her. And that's that. So I'm gonna dive into this video. Listen, y'all not ready for number 10. Number 10, one of y'all faves. Number 10, one of them girls you can't talk about. And y'all, listen, y'all would never guess who number 10 is. But number 10, in my opinion, is Emma Malabuyo.
Oh my
Emma
God.
Malabuyo was someone who was really gassed up by USA Gymnastics going into 2018. Like, when she was like making her senior debut, Emma Malabuyo was supposed to be that girl. Like, Emma Malabuyo was supposed to come onto international stage. She's supposed to read Morgan Hurt. She's supposed to read Suni Lee. She's supposed to be that fucking girl. Besides Suni Lee, none of the girls from that became seniors. I take that back. Leanne Wong as well actually does some shit for real when they became seniors. Like, these girls were so fucking gassed up. And I do want to say, I think Texas Nightmares really held Emma Malabuyo back, but she wouldn't, like, realistically. Emma Malabuyo was just not capable of the shit y'all were saying she could have done. I do realistically think that she would have definitely helped USA out a lot of it. I think she would have made the World Championships in 2018 if she would not have been hurt, point blank, period. But realistically, I think she was very much overrated. Like, even to this day, y'all gas this bitch up for doing double tucks and double pikes and shit. Shorty out here, Nelly Kim and Nadia Comaneci would clear her own floor, like, in terms of tumbling. Like,
Can I pause it there? Because I just,
Yes.
I want to, yeah, I mean, there's about whatever they said, but that's just like, I have a, I want to respond to that. I want to be like, but those girls, Nelly Kim and Nadia, were not doing double layouts. They weren't doing, so where does that leave us?
He talking about at this current moment in time. I mean, Emma isn't doing no double layouts and double doubles either. I
Oh,
mean,
in 2024? I thought we were talking about in 2018, sorry. Or just
he's
during her career.
talking about at this current moment in time.
To be honest,
And he's mostly
I'm
talking about
surprised to
me with the
see
gassing her
Emma.
up part because nobody gassed Emma up like me because I just want Emma to make this Olympic team so badly.
For the Philippines?
Yes,
Well, it's not going to be a team. She's going to be an individual.
I know, but I mean, I want her to go. Like, I want her to tell UCLA, "See you later, bye," and put
Oh,
all her
same.
energy and effort into making the Olympics.
And
And you
wait,
know,
and when Leah will have a mate. I need her and Leah to go together. Olympics together for Philippines.
I
unless
know because
Levi
Levi
says
is going to do
no,
it.
Levi might be able to take her down.
Not this year, maybe next year, but not this year.
Well, yeah, because the competitions have come to a close or whatever. She's
Mhm,
can't actually do it. You're right.
mhm.
My gut reaction or my first reaction to seeing Emma on this list was like, yes, so overrated. I never, and especially, I think I was most irked by how overrated she was in 2021 versus in 2018. I always thought Emma became a senior in 2019, but I guess I just forgot that 2018 she just got so injured and disappeared after Jeslo. And I
I
remember
thought she turned senior
being
in
like,
2021. So,
no, I knew she was a senior in 2019 because I was like, oh, Emma's about to like come and like she's just coming back from this injury. She's gonna be better than she even was. And the last time we saw her, Jeslo 2018, she looked strong. She looked strong, and she looked like she was gonna get even better. But also, she was they were like throwing too much difficulty for her at that time. So
Definitely.
anyway, Jesselo 2019, I'm like, okay, Emma, Lu Tingting, Sunisa Lee. And Emma comes in third place. After Lu Tingting with her full twisting Yurchenko, I was like, what the fuck is this? And then 2021, she's coming back after disappearing from another series of injuries with these shady ring jumps and bent knees and getting so overscored on that Olympic trials beam routine. Was it Olympic trials or nationals where she was like getting a 14.6? That pissed me
Oh,
off. Thank
yeah.
you. That was just a rant.
No, you're right. Always Emma was the great Asian hope. Like Emma was that girl that USA Gymnastics just knew was going to be that next girl that just never. It never happened. It just
Can we
never
talk
happened.
about that moment that was supposed to be that moment where we had Sunisa Lee, Leanne Wong, Morgan Hurd, Gabby Perea, Emma Malabuyo, Kara Aker? Like, come on.
In 2021, it was supposed to be the same way in 2024, how we have this hope for the possibility of the first all black team. In 2021, like about 2018, there was hope that people thought there was going to be the first all Asian team, especially before Simone announced that she was coming back.
I think, and they would have won without Simone, in my opinion. But again, that's just like such a crazy thing to say because it's like they all were peaking at different times. They all were injured most
Mm-hmm.
of the time. So it's really such a delusion. But that had me excited. That was a moment that I think about fondly. Should I keep
Yes,
playing it?
yes.
Like, y'all gassed her up for a long time, and the shit just ain't like she just not all the shit y'all want to say about her. Like, she was not capable of the shit that y'all said she could have done. And I think she's very much overrated. Like, she's not all that, in my opinion, in terms of what she shows us. And I do think she has a lot of potential. I'm hoping that we really see a lot of improvements from her if she makes it to Paris. I think she can definitely be a top 10 gymnast in the world. But Charles acting like she's gonna be second to Simone. Like, you thought she was gonna be the second best gymnast outside of Simone, and no fucking man. And that's why her ass is on this motherfucking list.
She's going to go to UCLA next year and then try again for the 2028 Olympic Games for Puerto Rico.
Hey, is it possible that Sydney Barros is like, I don't know how to phrase this, but if UCLA goes to nationals, they're gonna throw her in? Because that's what I
I don't,
think is their plan.
I don't, I don't think, I don't think so. I mean, hey, maybe they might pull something, but I don't think that's possible this year.
It's not. See, you would know better than I would, but I don't
I
remember
don't
what I
think that,
saw. It
I
was
don't,
something from her Instagram that made me think like, oh, she's like getting ready to compete if she needs to.
I think her scholarship doesn't start until next year.
That makes perfect sense to me. If anyone in the chat has a better idea, please let us know or let me know. And also, I'm so glad we're watching this with Gymlandia's company because I I'm pretty confused about what years we're talking about with Emma. It's not such a big deal, but if you're just able to clarify,
I
that
think he's
would be
just
great.
talking about her entire elite career.
I know,
Just
but when, okay, I don't want to like kill so much time doing this, but there were specific things he said. I could spend more time on this for sure. And if Langston wants to like have a one-on-one conversation, I'm down for that too. But just what was the last thing they said about
and he says
every
every year
year?
of her.
I'm curious when you think which year do you think Emma was most overrated? Because like
Oh, okay, okay.
I think there's different levels of her overratedness 2018, 2021, 2024.
I agree. I definitely agree because even hell, I'm going to even add this. Like when Emma first said that she was coming back to the Philippines, I just thought her and Aaliyah was going to come over there and just dominate the Asian championships. Like I just knew Emma Malbuya, the Olympic trials alternate, and Aaliyah, they are going to go to the Philippines and serve them kids, and they didn't. So, yeah.
And I think most of that has to do with the fact that they just would not or did not, for whatever reason, and I do not know the reason, they chose not to throw difficult routines.
Still not. Even
Like,
Levi, like I just knew Levi was going to go to the Philippines with all of her, literally just leaving USA Nationals 2 months ago with all of her difficulty and go to the Philippines and just serve. And it's not happening for her like that.
I don't understand why they're not able to throw a little more difficulty.
Well, with Emma and Aaliyah, it's because of the NCAA.
Oof, if that's true, that frustrates me so much. Like, I understand why that would be true, but Aaliyah especially has been competing for 2 seasons now. I'm just like, and you know what? She did what she needed to do. She's going to the Olympics. Like, I can't criticize her too much. But if, like, I just feel like it could have made things a lot easier for them, and we all could have breathed and rested a lot easier if they had just thrown some difficulty earlier in the season.
Yes.
Number 9 is a gymnast that one of my subscribers recommended to me. My subscriber, Allie, my co-host on my live. I love me some Allie, bruh. She always got some really good shit to say. And she forgot about who this bitch is. But number 9, in my opinion, is Anastasia Grishina. Like Anastasia
Ooh!
Grishina was someone who was really gassed up in 2012. Like went into the London Olympics. People were saying
Hey,
Anastasia
Ezra.
Grishina could two per country out Aliyah Mustafina.
Hi,
Like
Ezra.
people were saying that this was gonna be Russia's new girl, and it's like,
Baby, have you ever heard that? I've never heard that in my life. That she was
What?
supposed to super country Aaliyah. I was not
No,
on the gym team in those
they was
years, but like,
gassing Anastasia up over there. They was gassing her up. They was
I
gassing her.
definitely have heard about her getting gassed up, but that specific statement is new to my ears. Like, that is so crazy that anyone would think that. But I understand
I don't think
Aaliyah was
they
like
thought
coming
she was
back
going to
from a
super
crazy
country her,
injury.
but I'm so sorry. I don't think they thought that she was going to super country Aaliyah, but I do think that they thought she was going to challenge for one of those all around spots harder, like put
Well,
pressure on them.
she might have if she had hit a clean beam routine. But
Or floor routine,
right, there was more than one problem.
or bar routine.
She was looking, I don't know, from what I remember, she was looking stronger earlier in the 2012 season. And then a bunch of
They should have taken Anna. Oh, what's the girl?
Dementieva,
There we go. That's who they should have taken instead of um Groshina.
which she was messy too. She was messy too.
They were like the same girl. It was a toss up.
Gosh, they
But
both were so messy. They were like the artistic, messy gymnasts.
Anna had more experience than Groshina at that time. So I would have trust Anna.
Yeah, she was the European champion in 2011. But I think she was struggling with some type of injury.
Hmm. I absolutely agree with you. They should have took Anna and Tatiana over Pasinka and Groshina. Yeah, I completely agree.
Ooh, Nabieva over what? Over Paseka.
She wouldn't have
Even if
got.
Nabieva could only do a DTY? No.
Yeah,
Now.
because Naviera is hard because she really her bars. She lost. I don't know what the hell happened with her in bars, but she really lost her bars construction over the years.
Yeah, I need to revisit her 2012 routines. But this
Yeah,
is such an interesting addition to the list. I'm gonna keep playing.
okay.
Like people were saying that this was gonna be Russia's new girl, and it's like Anastasia Grishina had some of the best twisting form we've ever seen in gymnastics. She had that Chung Fei, Rebecca Andrade, Gabby Douglas twisting form, like absolutely perfect triple twist. So she had a lot of talent on floor. Like I don't know how Shorty didn't have her double double together. Like listen, even Listy got a double double, girl. Like she might be laying hands on your knees,
Oh
but
my
listen,
god, was that a whip to triple?
even Listy got a double double, girl.
That
Like
was
she might be laying hands
beautiful.
on your knees, but listen, she at least got the shit. But Grishina was never capable of the shit y'all was saying she could have done. Like she was just never gonna be as good as Musafina and Victoria Komaba. I do think she could have really helped Russia on floor her best, but she really held Russia back in London. Like she kind of stopped Russia from realistically being able to go toe to toe with America because she was too weak on bars. She was putting up fucking Jordan Weaver, Kyla Ross scores on bars. Like she was really helping her that much on beam and floor. She had a double two figure check, but it wasn't all that. She only placed like 12th in the world in the all around. Like she just wasn't all that in terms of a gymnast. And y'all gassed her the fuck up. And it's like Russia would have been much better off taking someone like Tatiana Nabieva, taking someone who could have helped them on bars at the Olympics because they already
Oh,
had beam, they already had floor for the most part. So it's like just take someone else who could have helped them on vault and bars or whatever. So I think she was a big mistake for the Russian Gymnastics Federation, and we kind of saw that as well as in 2013. Like she was just very much gassed the fuck up, and she made it on this damn list. And now what? I know this one of y'all face, one of these coulda, woulda ass bitches, but she's overrated. Period. Um, number 8 of my
I feel like something I'm sensing here and sensed before with Langston's videos, with your videos, Langston, is like or from your perspective with the videos, Trace, I have to say is like I think I value a certain type of artistry much more than they do, whereas they might, like they said this, like this is their brand. They're like there's no way to get it confused about it, but they're very much results and numbers backed. And I'm like,
Oh yeah.
sometimes I would rather see the beautiful gymnastics that scores less well than the Jade Carey. That's just me. Or at least I can entertain the value of that.
opinion is
Good
Georgia
point.
Vila. Georgia Vila is another gymnast that had a lot of potential, and I think Georgia Vila has really been held
She
back
should
by
have been number
injuries.
one.
But the way
Georgia
y'all
Vila should have been number one. Georgia Vila should have been number one. I was standing on this hill. Georgia Vila ass should be number one.
Do you think that if you took away, or if you were able to take away, like the whole Ital gym, like all the Italian gymnastics twin people, like would Georgia Villa still be overhyped by the non-Italian people, or to a lesser extent?
To a lesser extent, but still, yeah, people love Georgia Vila. I love Georgia Vila like hell. When she does well, I be geeked up. But
I haven't seen her.
there we go.
Nothing that she's done has no, I was about to say something inaccurate for me. Nothing she's done has excited me since 2019.
And that's why I believe she's so overhyped. Because in 2019, she was that girl. She was. She was an Italian's top gymnast. And then
Oh,
her back,
definitely.
and her back, and then her back. And everybody in the gymnastics community is just like, she's going to get it back. Look at Georgia Vila. She has a double dismount. And it's just like, okay, great. She's doing floor. She's doing like NCAA floor. Great. That's not helping Team Italy. Like, what are y'all talking about? Like,
I'm so confused because don't you remember like there were like years, like I feel like all of 2021, all of 2022, maybe not all of 2021 because I don't remember exactly her injury history, but like 2022, 2023, Georgia Vila is never going to do floor again. Her doctors say she's not allowed to. Like just it's not happening. And now she's just like throwing floor routines.
I
For
know.
what? For what? Like, was that a lie? Were they feeding us a huge lie? They were literally like, she could like break her spine if she does it. They're not gonna let her do it. Did you hear this also? Do you remember this? People saying that?
Yeah, I remember everybody was like, she needs to protect her back. She can't do floor. She needs to protect her back. No more in bars. She needs to protect.
But it wasn't even like, oh, people on Twitter. It was like her coaches, her doctor, her medical staff said she is not allowed to do the all around for the rest of her life. I must have been listening to some dramatic people, I guess, or misinformed people.
Y'all gassed that girl up going into 2018, just like Emma Malabuyo, but worse. Like Georgia Vila was supposed to be that girl. Y'all had me believing she could be the second best Genesis Simone. Like you had me believing that Georgia Vila was gonna get on the all around podium. And I do want to say that Georgia Vila did carry Italy to a bronze medal in the team finals in 2019. But besides that, like even in the all around in 2019, like Georgia Vila was just not all that. I do want to say I think she had a lot of potential. I think if she would have been at her best. She would have been Italy's best gymnast for sure in the all around. And I'm hoping that she does make the team this year. But multiple things can be true at once. I think Mamas is overrated, very much overhyped, and we ain't seen the results like come into it. Shorty had a lot of potential, but those potentials did not turn into results. I don't believe in what could have been. I believe in what happened. I'm a realist. This ain't no damn alternate history. This is actual history. So now what? Number 7, in my opinion, is OU Sean. OU Sean, oh my God. Like, y'all had
Oh,
so
this
much
hurt my
gas for her
heart.
going to the Tokyo Olympics, bruh. Like, I'm thinking it's the new Chung Fei. Like, I'm thinking it's supposed to be some Yang Lin. I'm thinking this is supposed to, like, y'all was saying she's gonna read Tang Si Jing. Like, y'all was telling them to leave Tang Si Jing at home type shit. Y'all was begging for her to make the team. And when she competed in Tokyo, I'm like, this is it. Like,
She was injured. Let the record show.
this is who y'all gassed the fuck up. Like a lot of these juniors, Georgia Vila, Tainsy Jean, like a lot of these juniors, like all of these girls were really gassed up. I take that back by Tainsy Jean. Tainsy Jean was not gassed up. But still, oh you shine. Like all of these girls were so gassed up. Another junior that's gonna be on this list who was gassed up just to not live up to their potential. And realistically, their potential was not all the shit you said it would have fucking been.
Guess, is it Listanova? The others?
I don't remember.
I love you, Langston, for like actually playing Oyushan's greatest hits as you drag her, though. Like, you're not showing her falls, you're like showing her hit beautiful, difficult gymnastics.
And that's why she on this list. Like I do think that she definitely had a lot of potential. I think that her and Sky Blakely broke my heart when they fell on beam in the beam finals. I love her whip the triple twist on floor. Like she really can tumble. I think that she has a lot of potential on beam. I hate that we don't get to see that turn into results. But y'all saying she's gonna read Simone Biles on beam, like she's a better gymnast than Simone Biles on beam. Like, girl, please, like y'all was betting on China to outscore Russia in Tokyo. Like you were expecting China to get the silver medal instead of Russia. And like, oh, you Sean was supposed to hold China down, but she held them back. Like she's supposed to put them on a pedestal, and that's just not the results that we got. And I said what I said. What did Doja Cat say, bitch?
I said what I said. I just love her so much. I need to defend her. She was injured. I thought we all knew this at the Olympics. And her coaches put her on the team because her head coach is like that, or her personal coach is the head coach in charge, and he has the most decision making. I don't know. He has the biggest say so on who gets on the team. So she went on the team injured, and she did help hold China back. But in terms of potential, I think she was overrated. I think you're completely right. But I think she had the potential to be winning a lot of medals, and I think that
Well,
I
like,
think that she had the potential to beat Russia at the Olympics. China just flopped. They didn't hit their potential on any event. That's how I feel.
well, like Langston says, this isn't no shoulda, woulda, coulda been. This is what actually happened, and what actually happened was Mama's been overrated her whole career.
You did say she had the
I think that
potential completely. I just wanted to say that I think that that was like it wasn't an unfounded thing to say that China could beat Russia at the Olympics in 2020, like looking forwards, just in terms of
her
scoring
greatest
potential.
competition was the Asian Games. Like, let's keep it real. Like,
Oh, you Sean? Do you mean last year? I think you're talking about Universiad.
University Games. I'm so sorry. Yes,
She
that was
ate
like the
that
best.
up.
That was like the best she's ever done. But like normally, she's not that good.
No, not at all. I think the last time she was that good, or she had such a good competition, was literally 2019 Junior Worlds.
Mhm.
Bitch, I said what I said. Like, what's gonna be taken back? Okay. Number six, in my opinion, is a gymnast in the 2012 quad who was very much overrated, and that is Rebecca Bross. Like, Rebecca Bross was so overhyped by USA Gymnastics. People were saying that, oh, if she would have made it
Gasp
to London,
for
she would have
you.
been able
It's
to
the
beat
gasp
Gabby
for
Douglas.
you.
She would have been.
You gasp.
What'd you say?
You actually gasp. You said
I'm
Rebecca.
gasping at all of these. Maybe you can't hear all the gas. I'm like gasp at everyone except for Emma.
Able to beat Carmen, but like, be so fucking for real. She was very much maxed out in 2010. Like, there's little more she could have done in terms of a gymnast. Like, she wasn't going to dramatically improve. I think she could have definitely made the London Olympics, taking Kyla Ross's spot. But besides that, like, I don't think she would have qualified to event finals. I don't think she realistically would have been like helped USA out that much. I don't think that she definitely would have been able to make all around because she didn't have a strong enough vault. But y'all created this narrative that, oh, she was held back. She, realistically, and I do want to say, fuck Valery looking for what the fuck he did to this girl. Like, Valery looking very much broke her. And fuck him for that. But realistically, even without him breaking her, like, she just would have not have achieved all the shit you said this bitch would have fucking done. And I stand on everything I fucking said. Like, she was very much like gassed up by USA Gymnastics. And, despite her, without her injuries, she fucked around in 2009. She lost the world title. 2010, she fucked around as well. She was able to win a bronze, but it's like y'all kept overrating this girl,
Not
and it's
her
like she
fault.
just kept showing with the results that she was just not what y'all were fucking saying. Just like Jordan Weaver, who was also on my overrated list for the part one edition. Shorty was overrated. And y'all like this girl, y'all keep playing this girl clips, and I do think she had a lot of potential, but her potential ain't what y'all was saying it could have been. Point blank, period. Argue with math instead of your fucking feelings. This ain't, this is gymnastics, not gymnastics. Like, I don't gotta be nice. I can say what the fuck it is. And now what?
Completely, no, completely true. No lies told. I love to argue with my feelings about gymnastics. So. Okay, here's a question though. If Rebecca hadn't had her like leg injury, don't you think she could have qualified bars and beam at the Olympics? She definitely would have beat Ali on beam, and she definitely, or could have. Sorry, that's way more appropriate. And she definitely could have beaten. Who was she even competing against if she had Kyla's spot? Kyla only didn't make the bars final because she hit the bar with her foot.
The issue is, okay, do I think Rebecca Bross, they would have given her a 15 on bars properly?
Are you kidding? Those scores were getting so much higher at those Olympics compared to the Worlds. And she was getting a 15 at both Worlds.
So yeah, she probably would have made bars finals.
Because I think to get into bars finals, she only needed like a very low 15, like a 15-2 or 3.
Yeah. Because Gabby got into bars finals with a 15-3 something.
No, but I think they would have scored her better at the Olympics, is what I'm saying. Just like I think they scored a lot of the bars workers better at the Olympics, even though they didn't necessarily upgrade their routines.
It's being where I'm not sure.
She was getting like a 15.4 on beam at Worlds. I never said she was that good on bars. I just said she could qualify to the Olympic event final. No one scored better than previously, though. What are we talking about? Because I can think of a lot of people, I think, if I'm understanding what we're talking about, who I think scored better at the Olympics than Worlds.
I think she could have made beam finals, yes. Do I think she would have medaled on at beam finals? No.
Even if it was the same situation where everyone was flopping except for the Chinese, and she just needed a 15 to get the bronze?
I think Catalina would have, because Catalina and Ali tied for the bronze and Ali won the tie break. I think Catalina would have cleared that girl.
Okay.
Those are just my personal opinions.
Yes, everything I said was my personal opinion too. Sorry. Sorry if it me being so strong-willed or whatever, or abrasive.
Damn, Ezra.
It sounds like
Damn,
I'm
Ezra
denying
said even Dangling Ling would have scored higher than Rebecca Bross on bars.
That's just ridiculous. I don't know what to say to that.
Damn, Ezra, that was a read. It's like Dangling Ling was not a good bar worker. Like, she was one of the very few Chinese gymnasts that was bad on bars. Let's continue, because he's about to get into the meat and potatoes of this list.
Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to double check what I said. I guess I was wrong about Bross's beam score. She got a 15.2 something.
What y'all gonna do about it? Instead of keep watching this video and figure out who the fuck number 5 finna be. And number 5 is one of y'all faves, bruh, but Shorty is so gassed up. Number 5, in my opinion, is I Thor to Tosatir. Like, I Thor Tosatir is so overrated. Like, Shorty got a good turn combination on floor. I like some of her choreography on beam. She can dance. But what about her actual skills? Like, what about her actual tumbling? She done been competing for like what, going on 10 years now, ain't won not one fucking medal, barely even made an event final. Like, and y'all, the way she got all these fucking fans, like,
She has won European medals. Let's just say that.
Listen,
gymnastics is
doesn't
not
stop
dancing. Like, this ain't
this.
a motherfucking nutcracker girl. Like, stand on some actual tumbling.
This
Like,
bitch
it's
said,
easy to dance if you're doing double tucks and double pikes and shit. I like Ellie Black. I like Pauline Schaefer. I like obviously Charlize Jones, Rebecca Andrade because they have a lot of dance, a lot of artistry, but they actually doing shit for real. Like, and y'all gas her the fuck up like she all that in a bag of chips. And I'm sorry, like in my opinion, she barely won chip in the bag, girl. Like she one of them fun size chips, this like 75% air. Like she not all that to me, bruh. And it's like y'all got so much gas for her, and it's like I don't see it. I very much don't see it. And I know y'all love y'all some I Thought to Toast Tier. But like I said, girl, this ain't Phantom of the Opera. Like, stand on some difficulty. Stand on some upgrades, McMahon. And it's like, she very much overrated. Number 4 in my
Do you have anything to say? Because I
I
still
love me some damn Ethora Thada, and I disagree with that. Even though she hasn't really won nothing on the world level, she goes, she makes her floor finals and falls on something stupid. But still,
she's made
she
a
has,
world beam final as well. But she's won a European medal on floor for sure. Okay.
I think she was a European bronze medalist in the all around one year, wasn't she?
Really? Good for her. I didn't know that.
I think
Mm,
I want to say 2017, but I could be making
I
that.
don't think so. Oh, but she did win a silver in 2017 on beam. and a silver in 2019 on floor, and a bronze on floor in 2017, and a team bronze in 2023. Anyways, the reason I can't get behind what you're saying here, Langston, is I value all of the things that Itora provides as a gymnast more than the results. And I do think I find her exciting to watch because she's given the context of her program, her federation, she does bring some of the hardest difficulty. So that's always refreshing to see for me. When I think about her triple twist punch front, her turn combination on floor, her triple twist off of beam, her lots of her combos on beam as well. She's always had a strong double twisting Yurchenko. How many of those do the Dutch have? Like, can't get behind what you're saying, but I hear it, and I think it's a valid opinion, of course. I just don't share.
And I was just about to say that, Langston. And by you saying all of that, that kind of validates his point because Sandy Weavers have all of those same restrictions, yet she's the Olympic beam champion. So by you saying that, it kind of validates his point.
Wait, how? How does wait, you said he. I don't know which he you're talking about.
Langston. Langston, I was saying by Sandy Weavers because she has all the same restrictions that Ethora has. Yet she was able to go to the Olympics and win the Olympic championship. She was able to go to world championships and win a couple of world medals. In
Wait,
between,
because she can do stuff that Athora can't. Athora can't do a double L turn on beam. She can't do a triple turn on beam. She could never.
but exactly, that's what I'm saying. Sandy Weavers makes everything that you're saying about Ethora. It kind of validates what Langston is saying, why she's overrated.
I'm trying to understand, but I don't. I feel like I'm the only one in the dark. Like everyone gets it except for me. But I don't know. I don't even need to ride that hard for her. I just wanted to say, like, medals are not everything to me. I love when the girls can put a high score because that's when the competition really strikes up. That's like my favorite part of gymnastics. But my second favorite part would probably be like the beauty and the aesthetics of it. And she's just like giving me a refreshing combination. She entertains me. Is she overrated? Yeah, I don't see a problem with saying that. I agree. But
Yeah,
what's invalidated or what's not valid about what I said?
nothing is invalid about what you're saying. What I'm saying is that, but Sadie Weavers have all of that stuff, yet she can still do things that allows her to win Olympic medals, and I think that's his
What's
point.
all of that stuff? She has all the artistry and difficulty because she's not like an all-around gymnast. They're pretty different gymnasts.
Maybe Ethora would be better off with doing a couple events instead of focusing on doing the all around.
Okay, I feel like this is the crux of the disagreement is that the goal is about medals and not every gymnast or gym fan's absolute priority is going to be medaling at the Worlds or Olympics, right? Like you can still be a fantastic gymnast without Worlds or Olympic medals.
Sure.
Or is that what you base? I feel like that's just a subjective thing, and that's just like not how I feel personally.
I feel like there are plenty of people who are beautiful gymnasts who don't actively try to win world medals. I don't think Ethora is one of them people. I
Well,
think
I
it's
don't think so either. I think she's trying to win medals for sure. Now more than ever, actually, the way she's upgrading her routines.
correct. And
Let's move up.
and I agree with what David said in the comment. Basically, if dance is her thing, there's ways to still be competitive. And I think that's just the point of why we're saying she's overrated. It's not that we're saying that she's not a beautiful dancer. We all can acknowledge that her dance is top tier. But if
But
I'm going to
baby,
compare,
there's an E cap on these dance skills. It's not the same. It's not a fair playing ground.
I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying if she can do those turn combinations on floor, I'm sure she could do them on beam and make it work for her where she could be competitive right along with Sandy, because that's what Sandy does. She just take all those turns combinations and does them on beam.
You know, okay. I'm not about to pull up. I'm almost about to pull up her beam turn combinations, but not this time.
My opinion, ooh, child. Number 4 is Victoria Listanova. And
Oh,
listen,
I called it.
Listy was someone who was so gassed up going into Tokyo. Like, she was supposed to be the best Russian gymnast, just for her to get done in by Vlada in qualifications. And how you let Vlada, the queen of fourth, with her bum ass tumbling, outscore you, girl? Like, how you sit up here and get the Jordan Weaver treatment? And I want to say, Listy very much carried Russia. She carried the ROC to their gold medal in the qualifications. I want to take that back because I said Russia, but Russia was banned. ROC, my bad. But anyway, like she cleared for them in team finals, but she really fucked around and did not even qualify the all around. And I do want to say, I think they should have Rosa Galieva Vlada ass. Like, Vlada wasn't gonna do nothing with that floor exercise, so they might as well should have just let Listy compete anyway. But still, it's like, if Listy would have been able to compete, she would have definitely won some medals by now. I would totally stand by that. But Shorty don't been stuck behind the iron curtain. That kind of sucks. But multiple things can be true at once. I think she's one of the best gymnasts as of now, but I still think she's overrated. And when Rebecca won her gold, y'all were like, "Oh, she only won because Listy ain't compete." Y'all love to do this shit. Every time a black woman break a glass ceiling, y'all want to make it seem like the glass ain't glass, it's plastic. And I said this in my underestimation of black women video. They want to be like, "Oh, well, Rebecca only won because Listy competed. Oh, Gabby only won because Kamova made a mistake. Simone only won because Caitlin Ohashi went to NCAA, or because Larissa didn't do this, or etc." Like, it's not the fact that they actually won. It's what someone else fucked up. Like, how about you talk about the actual accomplishment within itself? Point blank fucking period. And like I said, with Listy, the technique of some of her skills, it's her full in tuck, like her dismount off bars, her tucked, like her vault execution, her run. Girl, where you going? Like, where you going when you running, McMahon? Like, it's her run, right? Like, it's a lot of other shit that she just does, and it's like, side eye. Number 3, in my opinion, ooh, child. Number 3 is one.
I just wanted to remind everyone, because I always think it's so interesting. Remember that in qualification for the Tokyo Olympics, do you remember that in the all arounds, Angelina was 4th in qualifying, Vlada was 5th, and Victoria was 6th, and they were like, they were 2/10. All 3 of them were 3/10 together, separating the 3 of them. It was so crazy, like, so crazy.
My boo Vlada turned up in qualifications at the Olympic Games, baby. Like, she had like the best beam routine of her life, the best bar set of her life, probably the best floor of her life. Like, Vlada turned up at qualifications.
I love her for sticking all her landings. Maybe not on floor, but I think she stuck her vault, bars, and beam in the all around final. And she was like in first place going into the 4th rotation or something.
Mm, Vlada tried her best. It's just her floor routine was so weak, but she did everything. She tried her best.
And she sold her floor routine well.
I loved
Like,
her floor routine. Like, to me, Vlada is a better gymnast than Listanova ever was, and I'm gonna stand on that. She can't do as hard as stuff as
why? Why
Listanova.
is that? Because I don't think I agree, but I want to hear why you think that.
I think Vlada is more artistic. I think her form is slightly better. I think her
What do you
technique,
mean by artistic, or how is she more artistic?
she interprets her
Because
routines way better than Vlada does. Vlada is just,
then
you gotta
Listanova,
get them more. Huh?
you mean then Vlada interprets what? The music, the routine
Yeah.
better than Listanova?
Yes, I could feel her gymnastics. I could feel her presence when she does gymnastics. Vlada is just there doing shit just to be doing shit.
You mean Listanova?
Hmm.
Hmm. Loved Vlada's floor. Loved her sticking her fake double twisting Yurchenko. I lived for her sticking those landings. Like she wanted a medal.
's one of the
100%.
most overrated US.
That's the answer. Is Vlada to me is a true Russian gymnast, whereas Listanova is the Russians' version of building an American gymnast.
Here's the I never could get behind Vladislava Urazova because she became the 2019 the first junior world championship. She becomes the first junior world uneven bars champion without hitting one handstand in that routine. Do you remember this? She was doing every single kip cast was like 0.3, 0.5. She could not hit a handstand. And they gave her the world title. She's lacking dynamics in her gymnastics and power for me. But I love how it turned out for her that she was able to like fake that double twisting Yurchenko and do what needs to be done in that moment. Is this the first time I'm being petty? I feel like I'm petty all the time.
You are
Call me
petty.
out on it.
And now I'm gonna have to read Listanova because I mean, yes, Vlada had a fake Yurchenko double twist, but I mean, at least she doesn't straddle everything that she does. Like y'all give Listanova like she's like the next coming of Komova. When Listanova is at best Maria Pasinka who can do bars.
You're carrying. Maria Paseka, who can do bars.
Who can do
Have you
bars.
seen Paseka's beam?
Have you seen Listanova's being?
Yes, she got like the second or third highest beam score from the Olympics.
Listanova is I keep saying she's better than Pasinka, but that form they're matching their twinsies. Like it's just not given. Like
I totally acknowledge Listanova has terrible form on most of her skills.
her technique is not there. Like she's just Maria Pasinka who can do other events. Like that form is just not given. Like and
Honestly, I think that Maria's roundoff was cleaner than Victoria's.
and her back handsprings are cleaner than Victoria's. Like Angelina Melnikova has been and still is Russia's strongest gymnast this whole quad. They just gassed Listanova up to believing it was her and it never was.
But yes, I mean, actually, I'm gonna keep fighting you on this because I think that Listanova in 2019, maybe she needed her bars upgrades that she got for the Olympics, but she was stronger on beam and floor, probably. I don't know. She was definitely stronger on floor in 2019, and she regressed for the Olympics. That was very unfortunate.
Very true.
My beef is how y'all gas up Listy compared to black gymnasts like Reeby, Simone, and Shilese. Listy's highest scores beat Galia in Tokyo. We never saw Galia like hit an all-around competition until 2019 Worlds, I guess. And then she finally did it again in Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who could have predicted the way she was flopping?
And then she became the world champion.
I know. I just watched 2017 Worlds the other night, and they were like, this gymnast might be the world champion in the future, but not today. And it really happened. It was crazy.
Yeah, Kalia.
US gymnasts of all
Sorry, what?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
time. The queen of the bent knees, the lord of the flex feet, the Khaleesi of getting credit for non-existent connections, princess of robbing bitches, and the empress of bad split leads. And that is Allie Raisman. Like Allie Raisman is one of the most overrated gymnasts that we've ever seen. Like
Why did I think he was talking about it still when he was saying the king of the bent knees?
And them judges in 2012, they loved them some Allie Raisman, girl. Like they loved them some Allie Raisman, and it's like Allie's execution was just not good. And she did clear her opening tumbling pass to the floor. Everyone talked about that opening tumbling pass on the floor, but nobody want to talk about that crooked Dos Santos. Like nobody want to talk about that. They want to talk about that switch half on beam. Like
That switchful on floor, that Gojian on floor. Oh, those are like real eyesores.
Allie Raisman, that took Aminar. Like they wanted to give Maria Paseka hell for her vault, but what Allie
Hey,
Aminar looked like.
Philippines.
Yes.
So it's like when it comes to Allie Raisman,
Sorry, I thought you were excited also that someone was calling out Ali's bad Aminar.
it's a lot of hypocrisy.
Oh,
And she had a lot of
I've been
jealousy for
talking
Gabby
about Ali
Douglas.
for
That's why
years.
Gabby
Like,
Douglas wanted to ignore your Instagram comments because she know what your ass is. You are very much one of the white feminist Beckys to just, not for niggas. And we know that about you. And it's just something that, it don't sit right with me. And I wanted her to compete 2017 because that's when they was giving it to these bitches on the international stage in terms of e-score. They would have read Allie like the partition of India in 1947. They split India and Pakistan in two for her execution because they just let her slide for so many years. And we just never got to see the justice that was necessary. Like, we never got to see the justice in her e-scores. And I wanted her to get that. And she was jealous of Gabby because she knew damn well if Marta had to pick between her and Gabby, if she could only say one of them falling off of a cliff, Allie, your ass was finna fall, bitch. She was gonna save Gabby. Gabby ass was gonna live. Your ass was finna die. And you couldn't stand that. And that's
Who has, I'm fairly certain what you're going to answer, but who has the better form? Ali Raisman or Elizabeth Black?
Wow. Oh gosh.
I guess it kind of depends what year you're talking about for both of their careers. Because it's been better and it's been worse at times.
Yes. I think Ellie Black has the better form
That's what I thought you'd say.
on certain events.
Wait, I don't remember what I asked. Because are Johnny and Jim Pinion saying Ali had the better or worse form? Sorry, Ali.
They're saying Ali had the better form.
Okay. I don't agree.
that's
It
why
just
you on this
depends on the
list.
year. And like again, it like you said, it depends on the year. Like if they're judging by now Ellie Black, then yeah, maybe Ali does have the better form. But it's been certain points in Ellie Black's career where her form has been way better than it is now.
Definitely. And we all think Ali's best form was 2016, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now what? Y'all don't want to talk about that, but Allie Raisman, very much a robber, very much overrated, very much gifted. And like I said, when you go back and watch her gymnastics, all you see is deductions. And I do want to say, Shorty ate down on the floor. She did. She could tumble. She could. She did deserve that gold on floor. I can be real. She's one of the best talents we've ever seen, but she's still overrated. Multiple things can be true at once, and she on this motherfucking list. And now what?
Speak on it.
You and your bum ass commentary for the NCAA. Okay?
Oh,
Listen, number two on this list is Vanessa Ferrari. Like,
This is the best one.
I
Oscar,
love
prepare,
how we're dragging It's Out, Jim.
Oscar,
y'all
prepare
love y'all
yourself
some Vanessa Ferrari, but it's crazy
because
how y'all
we
want to point
created
out
a
Vanessa
new name
Ferrari's
for Vanessa Ferrari. Her name is no longer Vanessa Ferrari. Pay attention.
flaws. Like, I mean, y'all want to point out Amy Tinkler and Aaliyah Mustafina's flaws. Okay, but what about your girls full in though? What about that bum ass double layout? What about her bar?
Okay, I don't even know what I'm trying to do with this, but that full in was no worse than Morgan Hurd's full in off of any event. That layout was no worse than Gelia's double layout on floor.
Bars? Like, what about her tuck double twisting your chenko? Like, she don't been gassed up since 2006. And it's crazy
Oh,
how y'all bully Simone Biles for falling and winning the all around, but y'all that had no smoke for her winning the all around from fall. Like Vanessa Ferrari, I do want to say she's definitely opened up a lot of doors for Italian gymnastics. You know, she has definitely changed the game. But Shorty had hella opportunities to win a medal on floor, and she kept getting her ass cleared, and she wasn't robbed of a damn thing. She got her ass beat fair and fucking square, and y'all want to make shit up for her, like. And for Olympic Games, to win your first medal, like, listen, what did Kelly Clarkson say? Some people wait a lifetime for a moment. Like, Shorty waited a lifetime for that fucking medal. And she should have won her medal in 2008. Like, y'all were gassing her the fuck up. Y'all saying she was going to win a bronze medal in all around 2008. Y'all was saying that she was going to turn up 2008. And she just never did that. Like, y'all was saying she's going to turn up, like, throughout her whole career. And it's like, she's just not all that to me. And I said what the fuck I said. She can't tumble. Shorty land low as fuck on her tumbling passes, but she be doing it. Like, she might have a massive ass leg separation and flex speed, but mamas be tumbling. I can be real. Like, listen, I ain't no hater. And Shorty be landing low as hell. Like, she be lacking hella stamina. The name Vanessa Ferrari better be giving very much Vanessa Toyota, Vanessa Hyundai. Like, in terms of the actual the landings, okay? Because the horsepower don't be horsepowering. And like I
Oh
said,
my
no.
god.
Number one, in my opinion, and y'all not ready for number one. Y'all have to reflect a lot of
Pause.
stuff about
Pause.
yourself.
Pause it. Who do you think number one is gonna be?
If it's not Nastia, then okay, Komova was on the last
Everybody hashtag
list.
Vanessa Toyota bitch in the chat. Vanessa Toyota. That's that girl name.
Um, can we narrow it down just a tiny bit? Is it is the gymnast who's number one from a country that has a gymnast already on this list?
Yes.
Mm, I don't think I'm gonna come up with them. It's from 2006 on. Was Larissa already on the list, or was that on the last? Was she on the last one?
She was on the last one.
I don't. Is it gonna be an American?
Yes.
Oh, it is. Okay, I guessed it wouldn't be an
Wow. And first
American.
of all, before we even get to that, I want to say thank you, Twitter. Like y'all are showing up. Like it's like 63 people who's watching the live right now. Screenshot that. Okay, go ahead. Don't look at the chat because they're telling you in the chat.
Oh, is that who it is? Wait, why would that person be number one? Why would Elise Ray be number one? No, make it make sense.
But number one, in my opinion, is Makayla Maroney. Makayla Maroney, like,
You
You
got
were
me,
not ready for
Makayla.
that one, you
You,
Oscar.
you got me thinking it was Lisa Ray.
No, John had put who it was in the chat.
Oh, really? I think it must be on Twitter because I don't get it. I don't see anything about Makayla.
No, he said 2012 alt champion. Oh, sure.
Yeah, I did not read that. Okay, Makayla Maroney. How can you be overrated when you just like? Well, I guess maybe Langston doesn't think she has the best vault technique of all time. Do you think she has the best vault technique of all time?
Technique in general, no. Um,
Do you think she has the best block?
on an Arminar, yes, but in general, no.
Yeah, it wasn't specific enough. Her half on is definitely not as good as other girls.
was so overrated. Like, Makayla Maroney has one of the best vault. She's one of the best vaulters we've ever seen. Point blank, period. Right? But let's be for real. Like, Makayla Maroney did not add that much to the London Olympic team. She only added like 3/10. And Marta did not know she was going to stick her ball in team finals. So realistically, she's scoring roughly the same as Gabby and Jordan Weaver on ball. Gabby got the same score as her on her amateur qualifications. And USA could have benefited a lot more from taking someone like Anna Lee or something like that on to help them out on bars. That would have helped them a lot more in their team total. But y'all act like this bitch was so like the best gymnast on a team, and that's just not what the fuck it is. Like y'all keep playing this motherfucking clip, and it's like no, and it's like with Makayla Maroney, she benefited from having weak ass competition on vault. Like she would have actually had a much more in depth vault competition. She would not have been doing all that. Gabby, Jordan Weaver, Allie Risen, they didn't have second vaults. If they would have had second vaults, they could have really went toe to toe with Makayla Maroney. Like she wasn't outscoring that much on her M&R. Like she was underscoring them because of the big ass hop she was taking. So like the way y'all just like gas her up, it's like no. And y'all keep saying she's an underrated all arounder, like she would have cleared somebody with an all around program, like she would have cleared Gabby Douglas and Victoria Come like she would have cleared Jordan Weaver. Like, no, she was not an underrated all arounder. She was just an okay average gymnast. Like she had a really good vault. She had a good 3.5 twist. She barely kept her double tuck inbounds. Like on floor, she was okay. But she just like she wasn't all that. And it's crazy to me how she fucked up at the Olympic trials. She made hella mistakes, but y'all look past that. But when Gabby Douglas fucked up at the Olympic trials, y'all were quick to talk about, oh, Gabby shouldn't go to the Olympics. Makayla Maroney was brought to vault and she hit her vault. Good for her. But she fucked up and did not win gold.
I'm confused because you just said that that people were not Makayla for falling on bars at Olympic trials, but she never fell on vault, and she was clearly being taken for vault. And Gabby didn't she fall on beam at Olympic trials? And she was supposed to be an all-arounder.
I think his point is more so as, and
I'm definitely missing the point. I just wanted to address that because I just didn't understand that.
it's just the point is
Tell
that,
me the point.
well, in 2016, Gabby was being brought to go for bars, and she didn't miss her bar routine. So, I mean, it's the same thing.
But she technically was brought as an all-arounder. She was the third all-arounder.
She was the third all-arounder, but she was mostly brought to do bars. Whereas
I
you're right,
totally agree, but it's a different situation in my opinion.
no, it's not a different situation because Makayla Maroney still chose to do the all-around at Olympic trials, even though she was only brought to do vault, and she still fucked up. So if it's like, even though she only, because Makayla was supposed to do vault and floor, and she fucked up her toe or whatever, however the hell that shit happened. So they used Kyla on floor.
On
But
beam, I think she hurt herself. I guess I just thought that there was a clear understanding, and maybe I'm making this up or misunderstanding it, that Gabby was going to be used for more than one event if she made it on the team. Or maybe even she knew she was in contention for that third all-around spot, and Makayla was never. She was never.
correct. But then but this is what he's saying. People can overlook the fact that Makayla fell a bunch of times at Olympic trials and still was picked on the team. But they can't overlook the fact that Gabby fell at Olympic trials, the next Olympic trials, and still was picked over the team. Like it never is brought up in conversation that why didn't they bring Elizabeth Price, who did not fall and who also had a very beautiful 2.5 twist and who had a decent bar routine that they could have used.
Because Elizabeth Price didn't have a second vault, and Makayla Maroney was clearly going to be the Olympic champion on vault.
They could have took Alicia Sacramone there, and Alicia Sacramone had a pretty decent Olympic trials.
Yeah, but it wasn't a guaranteed gold is all I'm saying. So like I think I'm just focusing on the smaller details and missing the point. because also like Gabby was just dealing with harassment and hate in 2016. So like there are other reasons, of course, that there were unfair and different reactions to those two situations. But I just meant that it never mattered what Makayla was doing on the other events at Olympic trials, even though she wanted to do all around, or Marta told her to do all around, because she was never going to do. I guess I hear what you're saying about beam or floor. She was going to do floor, right? But before she
Mhm.
got injured. But it does feel technically different if you break it down based off of what the expectations were.
And to me, it feels the exact same way because even though Gabby was gonna do other events in 2016, as long as she did not fall on bars, she was going to the Olympic Games, and that's what happened. So to me, it's like the same thing.
So when in your mind do you think, okay, when did a couple of things happen? When did Marta Karoli decide Gabby Douglas was going to be the third all-arounder at the Olympics? When did Marta
Second
Karoli
she
tell
announced her
Gabby
comeback,
Douglas that?
the second she announced her comeback in 2015.
So when did Marta Karoli tell Gabby Douglas you're going to be the third all-arounder at the Olympics?
I don't never think she ever conveyed that message to Gabby herself, but clearly her mom knew that what was going to happen.
So how can you say they're the same though? It's just not on
As
paper.
long as each person did not, as long as they hit their event, they were going to the Olympics and they were going to be used however they were going to be used at the Olympic game, as long as they hit their event at trials.
So you're okay. So you're saying that is Nisha asleep? You're saying that
No, Nisha's
like
waiting on us to get to the
No,
NCAA.
I'm here. I'm not asleep. I'm listening. I'm not
I
I
know
just
asleep.
Nisha's over here
laughed at
doing
the
about
comment.
no.
Sorry.
Yeah, Nisha's waiting on us to get to the NCAA. That's what she's waiting on.
Well, then I'll try to wrap it up. I
No,
Okay.
you
just
guys are fine. I'm listening. You guys are fine.
okay. I'd love to hear if you have any opinions on what we're saying. Feel free to chime in. Um, so you think that it was never really made so clear to Gabby that she was being looked at as an all-arounder or being expected to be competing for the all-around spot in the way that Makayla was never.
Correct. I don't think it was specifically clear to Gabrielle that okay, hit bars and you're going to go to the Olympics and do the all around. I think it was just hit bars and you're going to the Olympics, and then we'll decide later on what we're going to do between you and Laura Hernandez at the Olympic Games.
So maybe I'm not saying this is right or wrong. This is me thinking out loud on the spot, and maybe this is a thought we've all had this thought years ago. Sorry, but maybe people are upset because either they're misunderstanding what the expectation was, or it's just that Gabby ended up getting a bigger role than Makayla, and she had her track record, which would be the Olympic trials, to justify giving that spot did not check out the way that it would for a different gymnast potentially.
I think it's more so, and I like that we're having this conversation. Don't think I'm like just arguing back and forth to you. I'm actually enjoying this conversation. I
Good. I don't want to bore you.
No, I think it's more so that in 2016, people expected the three people to do the all around was Simone, Ali, and Lori Hernandez, right? And then if you have Madison coaching, who's going to be the bar specialist, why even bring Gabrielle Douglas to the Olympics in the first place? I think I've always felt like that's how people saw that was what the Olympic team was supposed to be made up as.
That
And
Lori
then
was supposed to be the third all rounder? That's what you
that's
think?
how I think people felt. I'm not saying that's how USA Gymnastics felt. That's clearly not how I felt. But I'm saying that's how people
Oh,
at
totally. And NBC promoted that as well. They disrespected Gabrielle.
correct. And I think they thought that if you're gonna have Ali, Simone, and Lori Hernandez be your three all arounders, you have Madison coaching who's gonna do bars, possibly being. Why bring Gabby Douglas? She should have been the alternate, and Makayla Maroney should have been not Maroney. Skinner should have been on the main team. I think that's why people always been mad at 2016 with Gabby because that's how I think they thought the team was going to be comprised. But
I've
Marta,
never really thought about that in that specific way.
because
So
at because at the time I think Lori was the second at nationals,
no,
or
she
maybe
was. I
third.
I thought she was third, but I'm not sure.
I
And
think
I've
so. I
been
think she
so
was third.
wrong recently, like so confidently wrong. I don't want to say.
I know, me too, me too. But I just think they thought it was going to be Simone, Ali, and Lori as the all arounders, Madison coaching to do bars, and there was no reason to bring Gabrielle Douglas. So when Marta said, "Bitch, that's not the team. That's not. No, fuck y'all. That's not how I'm picking the team. It's going to be um Simone, Ali, Gabby as my all arounders. Lori is going to do 3 events, and Madison is going to be my bar specialist." Everybody was like, "But that
Taste.
doesn't make sense because Lori doesn't even do 2 bars. Like that doesn't make sense." And Marta Crowley was like, "Watch, it's going to make complete sense, bitch." And it did. It turned out that the way that Marta constructed that team was right. Um,
She also didn't have to be 100% right because they won by like 8 points. Like maybe she wasn't right putting Lori up on vault over Gabby in the team final. Maybe she wasn't.
nah, she was right.
Okay.
And that's my point, Gymlandia. It's like I feel like even with Ali Raceman in 2016, people have to realize that 3 people was going to the Olympics regardless. It was Simone, Ali, and Gabby. That was going to happen regardless. It was who was going to join them at the Olympics, and it was Lori and Madison Coaching.
100%. I remember it going down exactly like you're saying. But I feel like I'm for the first time appreciating that people who don't have the full picture or people who want to see things a certain way and don't want to understand certain truths or have biases, they could see that Gabby fell on the events she was ended up doing at the Olympics, whereas Makayla did not at Olympic trials.
I can absolutely 1000% see it that way, and
I hadn't seen that one.
I would accept it as, you know, normal gymnastics rhetoric if it wasn't for how Gabby Douglas still had probably one of her best all around competitions and qualifications, yet people tell her that she failed because she did not make it to the all around. Whereas Makayla Maroney literally fell on one of her vaults and people still uplift her like she still is the Olympic champion.
Completely. Wait, I'm just looking at the 2015 PNG Championships,
Hmm.
Makayla. 2015 was the year Gabby Douglas was second at Worlds in the all around. Do you
Yes, it was.
remember what place Gabby was in the all around
At-
at Nationals?
I think she was in fifth.
She was in fifth, and she did not place on any event.
Nope.
I'm kind of gagged at that. Like, how could you not? How could you act surprised when the same thing happened literally this like back to back? I thought that she
Exactly.
had done well domestically in 2015, and that's why it was
Gabby
like,
never does good at nationals. See, that's the issue. Like, and see, that's where me and Langston's frustration comes when people have these arguments with us when it comes to Gabby and her trials performance. It's like
not even
this is
trials. I mean, unless you
this is
use nationals as trials for worlds.
correct. This is Gabby's always her track record in gymnastics. She always flops at trials. She flops at well, not necessarily trials. Trials was she did bad. I can't even lie, but she always does kind of bad at nationals and then turns up at the very last competition. Like that's her track record or whatever. That's what Gabrielle Douglas has always done. So my fear for her this go round is There's no Marta Caroli, Gabby. You can't be doing that shit no more. Like,
We talked about this at the very beginning of the season. How
yeah,
she's never tried to make it a world or Olympic team that wasn't chosen by Marta Caroli.
like I think the best that Gabby has ever done nationally, she came in second to Jordan Weber one year.
Isn't
But
that
like,
crazy that that was her, if she's flopping domestically every year before she does well internationally, her 2012 quote unquote flop was like that good. Like she won
yeah,
tons of medals.
because
But it still was a
2011 she
flop.
damn sure flopped nationals.
You said in 2011
2015,
she wouldn't have flopped?
no, she absolutely flopped at nationals in 2011.
I'm
In
trying to
2015,
think what's a comparable performance. Who have we seen? Was it like Morgan Hurd at like nationals? And Morgan didn't even do the all around when she had that meltdown competition, right?
Mama in 2011, Mama fell on beam 3 times, and one of those times she just it was
The
backhand.
dismount.
Yeah, oh my gosh, it was like. But Marta was able to see something. That's how sometimes, even though like Langston and stuff say they are very analytical, like sometimes even with Marta Caroli, sometimes she just had to feel the gymnast and she just had to certain instincts about people. And Gabby was one of those girls. She just had the correct instinct about.
Listen, you know what? Gabrielle Douglas ended up being 15th on beam in qualification at 2011 Worlds. So, so
She
there.
would have made if it was still three. If it was still three people allowed to make it to the all around, she would have been in the all around in 2011.
Oh yeah, she was fifth in qualification. I just meant specifically after falling 3 times on beam, like with
Mhm.
that dismount. Like that's a huge turnaround for her first senior season,
Correct.
no less. Okay, ready to wrap this video up?
Yes.
Y'all had all this gold medal propaganda for her. She did not live up to that. And the way that y'all tore Rebecca Andrade down on my channel to empower Makayla Maroney because I said Rebecca was a better baller than Makayla Maroney, like very much like racial bias. And it's like, it's crazy how y'all don't see the flaws in Makayla Maroney. Like, she's a good vaulter, but she had a lot of flaws in her twisting. Like, her Aminar was not perfect at all. But y'all don't ever want to talk about deductions in her Aminar. But you quit to talk about Rebecca Andrade's packing and her chain. You're quick to talk about Simone Biles' cross legs. Like, you're quick to talk about their errors, but you want to be Stevie Wonder when it comes to that bitch. And that's something that pissed me the fuck off. And every time a white woman can do one good thing, y'all want to sit up and out like the sky falling and Chicken Little's voice. She got one good Aminar. Her second vault wasn't even all that. But y'all act like this girl is like the best gymnast ever. And it's like, no. And let me bring something else up. It's crazy to me when her and Gabby Douglas had the same hairstyle, but you drag Gabby Douglas for her hair. So a lot of black people bringing that up. Like she had the same hairstyle as Gabby Douglas, but y'all dragging Gabby Douglas for her hair. She was very much upset about falling, which she should have been. But y'all made a means out of that. Y'all were like acting like that was the best thing ever. But when Gabby Douglas was upset in Rio, why is Gabby Douglas mad? Why is Gabby mad? Why is Simone Biles mad in Tokyo? Like, it's just the racial bias of how y'all treat black gymnasts compared to Makayla Maroney is very much loud. Very much loud. Like, y'all, no one questioned why Makayla Maroney should have been brought to London when she fell on ball. But when Gabby Douglas fell on bars, no, I mean, when she made a huge mistake on bars, why was she brought to the Olympics? When Simone Biles bailed on her Aminar, y'all, oh, why was Simone Biles brought to the Olympics? Why was she brought to the Olympics? And y'all make so much excuses for Makayla Maroney. Oh, Makayla Maroney, she was sexually abused. She was abused. So was Gabby. So was Simone Biles, but you don't make excuses for that. But you make excuses for her not winning her gold medal. Listen, she had a broken toe. Rebecca Andrade tore her ACL 3 times and still the Olympic champion on ball. But y'all see them for what they can be. Y'all saw Makayla Maroney for what she could be, but you see these black gymnasts for what they are, and that's something I can't fucking stand. And oftentimes, that's why the great white hope becomes the great white hopeless. Because Makayla Maroney She tried so hard and got so far. But in the end, it didn't even matter. Like, it didn't even matter in the end. And at the end of the day, Sandra Isbasa is still the Olympic champion of all. And I
Okay.
know y'all gonna try to drag me for the shit I don't said in this video. Oh my God, Ginger Lydia Langston, he just, oh my God. Like, y'all gonna be dragging me on Twitter, all social media outlets. But listen, the sun gonna come out tomorrow. Like, at the end of the day, the world ain't gonna change. I said what the fuck I said, and the sun gonna still come out tomorrow in this motherfucker. And now what? But anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below. Make sure to go check out the first edition of this video, the top 10 most overrated gymnasts part 1, as well as the greatest robberies in gymnastics part 1, as well as the top 10 most underrated gymnasts as well. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video and have a nice day, you guys. Goodbye.
An unbeatable amount of that was so good.
That was so good. That was so much fun. I love reacting to his videos. His videos give us, Lacey, your videos give me lots of gymnastics content, friend, because I have so many opinions on your videos that I can make a whole video about my opinions on your videos. Like, that's how good you are.
They're so enjoyable. I love it.
So
and I agree with a lot of it, and I also love disagreeing with it. Exactly what you said. It's just opinions.
Exactly, and that's the thing that I wish people would understand. Like, there's also fun in disagreement. You can have disagreements and it not be vicious and horrible and shady. And it could be fun. It could be a debate, right? I wish more people would understand that there could be fun in debating people without like disrespecting people and doing all kind of weird ass shit.
Were you in debate club?
I kind of was.
You kind of were. That's cute.
Was.
I just wanted to say one really random thing that everyone's gonna be like, no one asked. But one of the reasons I was just reminded of why I really liked Victoria Listonova when she first emerged on the scene in 2019 was because she was clearly a competitor to me. She wanted to win those medals more than the other girls. And she was pissed when she fell on beam and still became the world junior all-around champion. She just wanted to win, and I love a competitor. That's it.
I love a competitor too. I love a competitor too. And speaking of competitors, the whole reason why I have my friend Nisha on the show is because over the weekend we had our conference championships in the NCAA. Now we've been doing good, y'all. Y'all better stick around for this damn NCAA talk too, because y'all been begging me to talk about this shit. So I better still have 60-something people when I start talking about the damn NCAA, because I have a feeling all y'all asking for the drop off.
And it's not like we've been on for an unreasonable amount of time either.
I know.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some more water.
Okay, so we had the conference. Now, am I gonna lie to y'all and say that I watched every single conference championship that happened this weekend? No, I did not. But I definitely paid attention to 3 of them, and I paid attention to the SECs, the Pac-12s, and the one with Oklahoma in it. And I have opinions. And I'm going to start off with the SEC because Misha's here, LSU. LSU did a motherfucking thing, bitch. Like, I can't even motherfucking lie. Like, LSU ate them girls down in the SEC. And so did Kentucky. We are not going to ask for Oklahoma, and I'm going to sit up here and say, Jim opinions, I think Oklahoma absolutely deserved that score. And if Oklahoma got a 199, I wouldn't have even been mad. They absolutely deserved every 10th of that 198.95. Yes, they did. Yeah, them girls ate. Them girls did like 1988 Soviet gymnastics level good. That's how good the Oklahoma gymnastics team is right now. But we're not there yet because next season Oklahoma is going to the SEC, but they're not quite there yet. But I will say, LSU, y'all did really, 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 really good. Colin McClain,
What is it? It's like, shh, go Tigers. Is that what you do, Nisha?
Something like that.
and
Can I say the judging was what it should have been all year in those two sections of the SEC?
they really okay. Like especially with
Wait,
go ahead.
I just wanted to say, for those who like, can you try to also speak to people who like didn't watch any of it? How was the judging different? That's all I'm at. That's all I wanted to say.
They took off for bent knees, cross feet in the air, lack of amplitude, like this is in the vault. I took off for every best they could. They took. Like I was happy to see that.
So scores were stricter at this meet.
SEC, both sessions. Yes, both sessions.
It was
Were the
like
scores stricter at all of these regionals, like at OUs or whatever, Big Ten, Pac Rims?
they should be because they added two more judges. Normally throughout the regular season it's only two judges. So, if one judge could give a 9.95, one judge could give a 10, and then you'll have your total score of a 9.975. Whereas now it's four judges, so it's harder to get a 10 because it's four people you have to impress from four different angles or whatever. So the judges was a lot better, and maybe they should just always start the season out with four judges. Maybe that's the issue.
Why
Uh,
would what are some reasons? I can think of one at least that I don't even know who it is. It's not like who's the national governing body, the NAA. No, the NCAA. I was about to say NAACP.
they don't
Like
have one, and that's one of the issues with the NCAA. I think there need to be at this point a separate code of points with a separate set of rules with a separate set of governing organization because it's too Kathy Johnson Clark, who we're gonna send our not condolences. That lady is not dead. What do you
thank
say when
you.
somebody retires? Congratulations. I don't know.
Appreciation. Thank
Send
you.
our appreciation to Kathy Johnson.
Flowers.
Our flowers, all the flowers to Kathy Johnson Clark in her retirement. Um,
But what
but
I
she,
was gonna ask was who I don't even know who it was. Let's say NCAA. What like who would benefit from there being two judges in the beginning of the season so that in theory the scores would be higher?
Ball
The,
State.
the way that it's formatted though, like the TV ratings or is there something to do with NQS? You want a high score before the postseason?
Nisha, do you have an answer to that question? Because I don't.
I didn't phrase it perfectly, but
I don't
do you
think
understand?
no one benefits from the high scoring. Like no one benefits from that. It's like inflate. I don't like inflation. Like you
Well,
just think
the
they're doing well and they're
TV
really not.
definitely does.
We got
Don't,
TV, of course, but
yeah, okay, I'm glad we agree.
yeah.
I think it's a way, for whatever reason, the NCAA this year seems to be really focused on bringing non-gymnastics viewers to this sport or whatever, right? And a real cheap and easy way to make people start paying the sport attention is to just start giving people 10s. Because then people was going to be like, oh, well, why did they get a 10? Let me go rewatch this routine to see if it was a valid 10 or not. And it seems like that's what's going on from my point of view.
Did you see what Ezra said? They want to get on.
Oh, Ezra, um, the link, the link, the link.
Wait, I can send it to them if that's easier.
Okay, yeah.
And Makayla, regarding that 10, like I say, when I was trying to explain to my aunt the Oklahoma and Alabama, Hold on, yeah, my cow. Hold on.
You're good.
Loves Gymnastics Network is child friendly.
Yes.
At,
Okay,
at
so back when
times.
I was trying to explain it to my aunt about when I was talking to Oklahoma, Alabama meet with her, and okay, of course that's to me Oklahoma won with two falls. And Alabama did like an awesome job, and she couldn't understand how the team went with two fouls and other team like did much better in her eye. It's like, well, we don't count each one of the lowest scoring to be, and she was so confused. Like I was getting frustrated because it was hard to explain to her like every score doesn't count. She's like, well, why not? I'm like, because this is the way the rules are. Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, that was hard for me to try to explain it to her. Then of course she didn't know. She's like, well, how'd that girl get a 10 on her foot was dragging? I was like, yeah, she drug her foot. Jordan Bowers did. They were clearly like forward teams better than her. So it was kind of all over the place. Like it was hard to explain that actually means to her gymnastics. She don't watch it at all. So
Wait, she was understanding. I missed it. That you can drop the six score, or that the actual
yeah, she don't
team
understand
total
why we're
doesn't
not.
matter.
Yeah, she don't understand why we don't count each score. She's like, well, football they count every day score. Every touchdown counts. And basketball, every basket counts. Why can't gymnastics count all the scores? And I'm like, well, point, but that's not how it works.
You could tell her
Yeah.
though that some people, including me, I think Makayla does too, thinks that they all should count.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I
She don't
do too.
understand why it doesn't. Yeah.
I think for a team competition, your entire team score should count.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So she said, why they don't have just five people go? Just have five people go and be there, make it a little shorter. Because she thought an hour and a half was too long. Like, well, five people, it probably be a little shorter. However, that's not how the rules are.
And see, in talking to non-gymnastics people, that's why they like that 3 up 3 count shit for elite because it happens so fast. It's like bam, 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 somebody wins. As a gymnastics fan, I hate it, but for the TV viewership, I understand. And I just have a feeling the NCAA is going to slowly but surely move in that direction. I've been talking to a lot of people, and they kind of want to do 3 up 3 count in NCAA.
In 2000 in Sydney, elite. What was the team format again? Was it 5 up 4 count?
6 people on the team, 5 up 4 count. Yeah.
So 96 was the last time in elite that it was 6 up 5 count.
In '96, it was 7 people on the team, 6 up 5 count. Yes.
So what do you think? How do you feel? What's your reaction? And what do you think realistically takes place if, for whatever reason, I'm not saying this makes any lick of sense, but that the NCAA turns into 5 up 4 counts instead of 5 up 5 counts or 6 up 6 count? That's a different question. Should it be 6 up 6 count or 5 up 5 count?
It seemed like they wanted to make it faster. I think they would do 5 up 5 count. I wouldn't be mad at it.
It's like this sport, the only one like allows for like errors, which is every sport doesn't allow you to. I mean, you have a turnover like in a basketball game, but it's so obvious when it's, gymnastics.
Correct. I feel like because prior to 2000, I think in 2000, not 2000, 92, it was 6 up 6 count.
Damn, they weren't dropping any scores?
No.
That's really fierce.
So I was gonna go back and have my aunt watch the Denver regional with Michigan and Denver and LSU last year. And I was like,
Hmm.
no, because they tied. Remember, I said she's not gonna understand it at all. I was like, let me waste my time. Because they tied, then they had to add all the scores together. Michigan had all those falls. So that's how LSU got to go through last year. So
You watched a meet with her, and then you wanted to have her rewatch last year's meet?
I was, but she didn't understand the first meet, so I was like, I'm not even gonna go to that one. We're not even gonna try to.
That is very
Yeah.
nice of her. She was prepared to do it, though.
She's not.
Dark
She's not.
answer question is Oklahoma the best NCAA team ever this season?
I don't know enough to answer that.
I think they've had better teams. I bet Chase Caps, that team, I can't remember what year it was. They were pretty good.
I
I remember what
think
year
the
that was.
team that LSU, not LSU, UCLA had like around, I think it was 2002 when they had Kristen Maloney, Jamie Danger,
Mohini.
Moheen. They just had like so many people. Like I think that was their best
Jeanette
team.
Antolin.
Correct. I think that was the best team that we've probably ever seen in NCAA gymnastics. I mean, this OU team is pretty good. Don't get me wrong.
But do you feel like you're like familiar enough with like, oh my god, I just learned their names because ESPN or whatever was like giving me their names. They gave like an infographic, the Mount Rushmore of NCAA gymnastics coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Suzanne Yocklin, like all those teams that were succeeding really hard in the 80s and 90s. Could they compare? Or do you feel like you know enough to assess if they could compare?
I don't know enough to assess if they can compare really.
Have you seen a lot of the like how familiar are you with that UCLA team from the early 2000s? Or do you just know that it existed?
I know it existed. I've watched like it's not like I've ever like if I'm like oh bored I'm bored let's watch some gymnastics. I don't ever go back and be like let me watch the 2002 UCLA gymnastics team. Like it's not like my first go to gymnastics comfort meet, but
It's not?
no, I do remember it being a very dominant team. You never sent Ezra the link? Did you send him the link yet?
I did. I sent it on Twitter.
Ezra, the link is on Twitter, baby doll.
But Makayla, I would say, because I watched the SEC meet the first session first, I started watching them, and I said they were taking for everything. I said, oh, Florida's in trouble. Florida is in trouble.
What a
Because
bitch.
Florida,
Oh, I don't want to say they
that,
did bad. They just did normal for
those
them.
kept chipped away. Those small things they weren't getting dinged for all season, they took for in that meet.
They're so
Yeah.
mid to me.
And like this flirt society they're trying to hype up for Morgan Hurd. It's like Morgan,
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
I've seen you do better. Like even your flirting last year was better. Like it's just
We can come right back to Florida. I'm just curious what you both thought about, like, what were your in day of reactions, if you can remember, or thoughts when it was like UCLA was doing so bad, and then it felt like the next day they woke up with like the score they needed. Do you know what I'm talking about?
no.
Like they were like scoring 170 or 180, 187, 197, whatever the score is. And then the next meet or whatever, and it was like it felt like their last moment, even though they do have one more opportunity, but like it was their last moment maybe to get NQS. You know how unfamiliar I am with the rules, even though I love to talk about it sometimes. Like it was like, is this too convenient is what I'm asking. Did it feel
He
too
talking about that. He
convenient?
talking about that 198.5 that they got that Saturday. He talking about that one, whatever day it was. That
Oh,
198.5. No,
After
no.
consistently like doing bad. Like I saw them with my own eyes. They were not getting 198.5. It was mid. But I
it's
didn't
like
see that
Florida.
meet.
Like, UCLA and Florida are very sister teams this year, where they have the big name gymnasts. They do. But their big name gymnasts are so broken and so hurt that it's like no point for them to be on the team, basically. And they're trying the best that they can, but at least at least UCLA goddamn Selena Harris. Like who the hell does Florida have?
Anya Pilgrim.
She's not that girl.
She's not as good as Selena Harris, but she's their equivalent, I would say.
No, they were counting on Leanne to be a little more than what she is, and I don't think that's happening so far this year.
Leanne
How
trying
do
to
you
save
how
her
do you
body
feel
for
like sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you.
no, I was just saying Leanne is trying to save her body for this damn Olympic team. Like Leanne is like, bitch, I'm here.
Exactly.
I told y'all I was gonna be here, but I never told y'all I was gonna give y'all my 100%, baby. I'm here.
Yeah, I feel like it it was unclear to me what was expected of her from her coaches, from her teammates, whatever, from herself. I
And
was
UCLA did a good
curious.
thing by saving Mars all week because Mars flow routines have been serving lately.
Wait, but you just said something that sounded like you were shading Mars about being like, should the people who are their stars but they're so injured, should they even be on the team?
I think that's more
No,
of a Morgan Riley thing.
Oh, but I thought we were talking about UCLA in that.
we're talking about both of the sister schools and how they both are in the same boat.
To me, Morgan and Riley are a lot more broken than like Naya and Shay, who they took out for a couple of meets when they were doing right before they got that
Because UCLA has
198.5.
the options of taking people out and resting people and saving them for later on in the season, where Florida does not. Like Florida has really put themselves in a really bad situation. Hey Ezra, are you there, baby? He was there for a second, wasn't he?
No, I didn't watch the Pac-12 championship at all. I just don't even know how
Oh,
what
I
Cal did.
watched
I don't
it.
know. They said Cal fell apart, but I didn't go back and watch it.
That was the best one. Yes, please go back and watch it. Cal didn't necessarily fall apart. They just didn't have their best competition ever. But Utah ass was way overscored, and I can't wait for them to get cleared at conference champ at regionals because there's no way them scores are gonna hold up. There's no way Molly O'Keefe is gonna still be getting 10.0 with wobbles on her damn acro series. Like
Why? What's gonna change? I thought it's four judges at both meets.
sometimes like they've been clearing Florida. I hope they clear Utah too, because Utah deserves it. Like Utah's the scores Utah's been getting is just it just doesn't make any sense.
But I just feel like NCAA is not fair in that way. Do you think it is? You've been paying attention for much longer than I have.
Very true.
Oh, you
Nisha, how
agree?
do you feel about Oklahoma joining the SEC next year?
I think I could have stayed in the what is this, that Big 12? Because it like messes up like the actual conference championship. Like the I don't know. I like them, but I want to be like in our conference. It's gonna be tough to beat them every year. So I don't like it.
Oklahoma's gonna come over
I
here
don't
and
like it.
oh,
So is there a potential? Does this change the likelihood for the potential that like a regional with LSU, Florida, and OU?
That probably won't happen. The two of them be ranked probably in the top four. So
Oh, it's based
yeah,
off
it's
of
gonna be
ranking,
hard
not
because
geography.
Now that OU is gonna be in the SEC, and if they're still going to be as strong as a team as they always been, it's going to really shake up the dynamics of the SEC because
hmm
LSU and Florida are going to be shook. And then can you have Kentucky over there who's trying to build a little program? You have Alabama over there who's still trying to scrape and survive and still trying to claw back. The SEC is going to be so. But then that conference with Michigan, Michigan State, UCLA, that's going to be another hard one too.
Michigan is losing all their fifth years. They're losing Gabby and Sierra this year. They won't be
That's
back next year. Like a lot of them are like fresh, like injured. So Michigan's gonna probably go through a rebuilding season next year.
They're getting, I think, oh God, I forget who they're getting, but they're getting some elites. Do you remember, Makayla? Wanisha?
No, they get Molly Lou and what's the one that we LSU wanted really bad, but she chose Michigan. They get it the year after next, 2025. Remember her name? Sophia Diaz. She comes the year after next.
What's her name?
Sophia Diaz. She's really good.
Oh my gosh, okay. Good to know her name. I love Miley Lou.
Me too.
I'm currently rooting for. I know this is a gag for me, but LSU.
Is it because
Me
what
too, but I'm not
didn't
delusional.
what's her name? Didn't Alexis Jeffries get pulled out?
She
She's
was
out of the
sick.
lineup.
No, she
She
was
was,
sick.
That's just
and
interesting.
Olivia Dunn stepped in and slayed. And I think Olivia Dunn should always have those damn spots.
No, Olivia's bars leaves a lot to be desired.
What did she score on bars? Do you
Like
know?
a 9.8, 9.75, something. It wasn't. They dropped her score on bars.
And are they usually dropping
Uh,
Alexis's score?
Sometimes on beam, but her bars normally count. If she the discount, she just gets her low. She can't absorb the landing on her dismount on bars, but she sticks it most of the time. But she just lands kind of low. Chest to
But
knee
do you
has
So
feel like Olivia Dunn's third team this year, though? Like Olivia had a really good season this year.
we should have stopped her on beam more this year. Her beam I thought was always good.
hmm.
How do you think the conference is going to play out, Nisha? Who do you think is going to make it to national championship?
I don't even have the bracket. I know Michigan State got screwed by going to the Florida regional. I do know that much. So Florida, Utah, and Michigan State all in the Florida regional.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see a Michigan State upset of
Well,
Florida.
see,
Of Florida.
I think others should get their feelings hurt.
And I think UCLA got lucked out by going to the Cal regional. They
They
got
did,
lucky. They
but
got lucky.
they still not for the advance.
I think it's Cal doesn't do well at like major championships. Cal doesn't. So I don't know.
I
I'm obsessed about Cal.
Yeah. Do you think Emma should go to regionals, or do you think she should go to Doha?
Doha. I think if limited to her dream, that's what she is doing all this for. Go fulfill your dream. That's what you want to do. Like
And what,
seriously,
even if she gets some crap about it from her teammates,
they all
do you
get
think she
crap. They're still
would?
getting crap. They only crap regardless. So
True. Who is the SEC champion? Do you know, Nisha?
for which event?
Like, is there an all-around champion?
Haley Bryan, of course.
Mm. And who won the events? I know that Connor won beam, right?
Yeah. Vault was Haley. Bars was the girl from Missouri. I can't tell her whatever her name starts with T. And then Ashley Cowan from LSU. And then floor was between a tie was Ryder Worley, Kaya Johnson, and KJ Johnson from LSU. So LSU won all the event titles, but it was deserved. Trust me.
No, I got to see a lot of the routines. I just didn't know all the results. They looked great. They look so fresh compared to the what do you call it, the regular season?
Yeah.
Mm.
If Makayla Floor, like they were tired. I don't know if they had something with their travel or something. They didn't look all that crisp. Even in warm ups, they didn't look crisp the day before. Not sure.
I mean, that's just the way Florida's been looking all year to me. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, Florida just looks bad. Like,
I was really disappointed that like I feel like some of the same gymnasts are having trouble with the same routines from Florida.
Like
So
Morgan, that floor exercise routine.
actually, I don't think I watched that. So that's not what I was thinking about. But I was
I would
thinking
say
about
this. I like the way that Sloane Blakely changed her tumbling passes on floor, and I really like that she took away that damn Arabian double front.
I agree. Okay, what do you think about Jenny having them start on beam instead of bars?
That
What do
was
you
so.
think about that?
That was so.
is there a team like a cap for the amount of gymnasts that can qualify from a single team if the whole team hasn't qualified to nationals?
I think it's one person per event.
Oh, okay. I'm like, who would it be for Florida, right?
Victoria.
On everything?
Victoria showed up. She showed up Saturday. She shocked me. I was like, "Damn, Victoria!"
She
Did she
always
beat
shows
Leanne on anything?
up.
I don't think she beat Leanne on
I think she beat her on
bars.
vault, and
Good for her beating her on vault.
I
I
think
was
Victoria is Florida's best gymnast.
When did she turn a senior elite? Like is she older than Leanne?
Mm, I don't think Victoria ever turned senior. I think she retired as a junior, if I remember.
I think you're right. So I meant like when did she turn 16 or 15 or
I
whatever?
think her and Leanna are in the same. I think her and Leanna are in the same class.
Like they're juniors or seniors?
This is Leanne's junior season. I think this is Victoria's junior season because Victoria spent her first season at Georgia. Then she moved to Florida last year, and this is her second year at Florida. So yeah, she's a junior.
And Leanne is 3 years younger.
Oh wow, okay. So Victoria
Mm,
is the same class as Morgan Hurd.
mm,
I mean, they're all in their junior year, but she's the same age as Morgan Hurd. I mean, I'm so sorry.
yeah, or like a year older maybe.
Maybe.
kind of who Florida have coming in next year?
Sky
What?
Blakely.
What'd you say?
Who does Florida have coming in next year?
Shilese.
Uh,
I think that ship has sailed.
I got some Charlize Jones tea that I can't spill, but I know why she's not committed to Florida.
Juicy. I want to know.
She can go to
But how
Washington.
legendary would that be if she showed up and she beat Sky Blakely for Freshman of the Year? What else is there to talk about with NCAA?
Um, yeah, I think we talked about it all. Yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm packing my bowl. Um, so where do you want to start off with all of the gymnastics we've been missing over the last few weeks, Oscar?
Oh, um, should we go in like chronological order or what we're most excited about?
However you want to start the conversation, my friend, that's where we're going.
Okay. So there was
I do believe
all
Jordan
the
Child will go back to the NCAA next year. Yes,
why wouldn't she?
and the people say they want to talk up. They want us to talk about Rebecca Andrade saying that she's doing a new vault. What vault do we think she's doing?
I saw that like
Oh,
there
I didn't see that.
someone translated. They were like her coach on video asked someone to turn off their recording device so
Mhm.
she could train it. Do you think that's extra? Or like do you think people would bluff in that position? Or just
No, if somebody caught that thing on camera, it's going on the internet. Like they're not wrong.
but do you okay. I'm just like, does this 100% mean Rebecca was doing a harder vault? I guess it could be
They
like
just
into a
say she's
foam
doing
pit. Like
a
we don't
new-
know.
They're saying she's doing a new vault. They're never
A
saying that
new
she's doing
entry?
something. They never say that she's doing something to get it named after her. They're just saying she's doing a new vault. What I'm thinking is she's training the Biles one.
And you think she threw that right after he asked that person to turn off their
Yeah,
phone? Wow, that's so cool if she is. Like, wouldn't we know by now? Just because like word of mouth?
not really.
No, you don't think
Not
there's
really.
anyone in the gym who like wanted to leak that?
Not if they're loyal to her. No,
Why would they? That wouldn't be cool. That's
the Biles
crazy.
one.
She's doing the Bows one. We've never seen that from anyone else.
Yeah, other people are also saying it could be the Yurchenko triple, but I just don't see that from her.
I
I
saw
mean,
that
it's
too.
possible.
Because she trained that into a pit like some years ago.
People are also saying it could be an upgrade to the Biles. Instead of doing the Biles one, she's doing another full twist to her charm.
That would be Ali Xiao Peng.
Yeah,
Sickening. That would be so cool. It's crazy that Simone on Twitter said that she can't do the Biles vault anymore. Is it the Biles one?
I think so.
Mm.
Now, the reason why Rebecca would be trying to learn the Chang is because she really wants to challenge Simone for this Olympic title.
She has the chain.
I mean, the Biles is to try to challenge Biles who's doing the Yurchenko double pipe. She's trying to be like, yes, Simone, you're going to always have to do the Yurchenko double pipe. Always. With me.
What if it's the Yurchenko double pike?
I would be gagged. I would be gagged, but I absolutely believe that woman could do it. I would be gagged.
Whoa, I don't know that I would assume she could do it. Sure, she could train it.
What
I
if it's
can't believe Simone did it. Like, it's so scary.
I'm trying to think of what other vault it could be. Maybe it could be like a Sukahara 2.5.
No. When why would she, it's so much more likely that it's from a round off based off of what we've seen. To just start with a new entry and get that many rotations is just like improbable. Well, what if Simone has Laurent standing on the mat, John, and that's a half a point? And then what if she falls like she did in the event final?
correct. And if Riri could do the Biles one vault, which would be a 6.0, it would be worth it.
She's getting like 15 fives. I don't know what is she getting at the Olympics.
Ezra, it's okay. We'll talk to you later, friend.
Good night. So she's also gonna compete, Rebecca, at this cup in Turkey. This challenge cup, is that what it is? And they
Yeah,
sent
and the Bills.
Flavia, Jage, and is Lorraine also there?
Yes.
So that's like their A team. They also sent one male gymnast, Diogo Suarez, I think.
Is Diego and Julia brother and sister, or they just have the same last name?
I wish I knew. I don't know who else is going to this cup except for. Do you know anyone else going to this cup in Antalya, Turkey?
I don't know, but I know the Spanish team is sending a team.
Melanie and Morgane, I think from France. I think they're going. The Spanish team? Who's on the Spanish team? Do you know?
I don't know, but I know I've seen a picture of them having a trial to send a team here. So
I saw this interview where Melanie was like complaining about the Nabieva in her routine and how she had fallen a lot, and that's why she, I think, is going for the Downey because they value the same this code.
she's also trying to learn a Healy to a Ling to a Pike Jaeger.
Wait, where did you see the Ling and the Pike Jaeger?
Well, I didn't see the Pike Jaeger, but I saw the Healy and the Ling.
I thought she just did the. Did she do them together?
Yes.
Okay.
It's on the video from our homegirl from Paris. I forget her name.
Livy?
There we go. Yeah, let's play it while we're talking about it. Because now we're at the point of the show where we could just play clips and talk about them.
Okay. What? Wait, why couldn't we before?
I mean, we could have. Well, I can't believe they're saying that we have 72 people who's watching us now.
That's way too many. Is it like a weekend? No, it's not even a weekend.
And it's not a weekend. Mm-mm. But the thing is, the way Melanie is doing it, it's off like, oh.
Oh, because she didn't actually like finish the second pirouette.
No.
She fell. So I didn't really pay attention to it when I watched it earlier. But yeah, that's what it's safe to assume that's what she's going for.
That seems to be the combination that everybody's going for this year.
But why would she do a Pike Jaeger when all this time she's done like in bar half to just like half pirouette? She's just gonna do a half pirouette and disappoint you into an ejava.
I know, right? So, bruh. It's okay, Nisha. I know it's kind of late now. Like we did this whole thing. Like we wasn't gonna be on that long, and look at us, 2.5 hours in.
I see us both losing steam, and we're like close to talking about everything we wanted to talk about. Just that there were some other competitions.
I know we got like 30 more minutes with. I definitely got like 30 more minutes with it. Like, but I don't think I got more than 30 more minutes though. But I definitely got 30 more minutes. Yeah.
That's really generous. I thought it was gonna be like 10 minutes. Yeah, there were World Cups, there was Russian championships, there
Let's
was
talk about Russian championships because that's
British championships, and there was DTB.
Okay. let's everybody let's take a deep breath. I know we've been on for a long time. We talked about a lot of stuff and we missed so much stuff. And we can either talk about Russian championships or British championships. The first person to drop a comment, that's what it is. Russia or British? I just need to see Russia or British.
Which I want you to give a lot of attention to the British.
Okay, I can do that.
Whichever order it goes.
Okay, John said British, and so here we go. British championship. First of all, I want to say congratulations to Odine Ochampion, who, to my knowledge, Odine and Joe Frazier is the first time over there for the British Championships. The combination of two black people were the champions on both sides. So I want to congratulate them for that.
Yes, congratulations, both of them.
Odine, you're really setting yourself up to be the leader of the British gymnastics team going into the Olympics without the Gadarova sisters. Um, so good for you, but Becky Downey, please come sit down, girl, because this conversation is directed towards you. Now, I have been accused of being a hater of yours. I have been accused of not liking you. I've been accused of liking every other black gymnast in the world but you. And I just want to sit up here and say, none of those things are true. I thoroughly enjoy your gymnastics, and I thoroughly enjoy all the contributions to gymnastics that you have given to us throughout the many years that you've been here on the competitive gymnastics scene. Becky Downey, what the fuck was that? Like, Becky Downey, like, how many competitions are you going to keep going to and flopping and then sit up here and yelling at us that, well, Team GB didn't pick me for the team. Well, girl, look at the way you're competing. Like, no, I wouldn't pick your ass for the team either. Like, and it's been like that for a while now, Becky. And it's like, you can't sit up there and have a whole docu-series complaining about why they don't pick you for teams when your performances are what they are. That's why they don't pick you for teams, girl. Like, am I wrong?
Did the docu-series really come off to you like she was? What
Yeah.
you just used a word that was like complaining or something?
Yes.
I feel like that's just not how the impression it left with me.
I feel like
Like,
her docu-series gave off very so much. I'm mad that British gymnastics treated me wrong because I had to go take care of my. Ooh, I don't want to say what the hell I was better saying. Let me try to pick my words better and then give me a second. Hold on.
but kind of use her family incident, her personal tragedy, like as an excuse.
There we go.
It's like totally see that perspective as we're talking about it now, but it just didn't. That's not how I felt after I watched it. It was more like, oh, like that. I really was interested in what she had to say and hearing her side of like this situation or experience or whatever. That I'd only like understood or learned about from certain people or ways, and it was just like from her, like a different perspective on a situation I was like pretty familiar with and was like interesting. I don't know.
I feel like choosing my words very carefully now. I feel like Becky Downey and Heath Thor have very similar issues, whereas they both make very valid arguments and have very valid points of why their gymnastics federations are treating them the way that they treat them, right? Both have very valid reasoning, very valid points, right? But then both of them go to these competitions and both fall a lot and not get credit for the start values that they think they're getting credited for, and so on and so forth. And then they get online and be like, oh, well, I didn't have my best one today. On to the next meet. And then they go to the next meet and fuck around and find out. And then be, oh, well, I didn't have my best competition today. I'm going. And then they keep doing this all season. And then they have one meet where they do well and become national champion or national bar champion.
Why is that different from, like, tell me, wait, no, maybe I don't want you to tell me, but oh, sorry for interrupting. Is it different from Gabby Douglas?
Completely different from Gabby Douglas.
I mean, after that competition, it's completely different because they don't follow through. Is that what you're saying? It was a fluke.
Correct. And that's the difference, because with Gabby Douglas, when they do put her on the team, she does well. She might fall in the event finals, but she's gonna give you an all-around medal. She's gonna help the team win their team medal, right? She's gonna give you scores that you can count on. Now, what John Perry is saying is a better example, and I'm gonna cut his ass out in a second. And no, it's not a better example because Morgan Hurd still was the 2017 world champion, the 2018 world bronze medalist, the 2018 world floor exercise silver medalist, the 2017 world balance beam silver medalist. We're not going to play Morgan Hurd face for her. Morgan Hurd has titles to her name. This is something that these other people don't have. Yes, Becky Downey has one world silver medal in 2019, but look how long it took her to gather that. And look what else she did after that. Like,
why is this such a bad thing? You said this in Gymlandia, said this in the video earlier. But why is it inherently such a bad thing?
to keep trying.
To keep trying or to have success after like a long time.
It's not a bad thing. But when it's the only thing that your whole career is being based upon.
What does that mean though? Sorry. What does that mean?
Like Becky Downey, one of her biggest accomplishments. Oh gosh, how do I say this about like a damn douche?
Like her biggest accomplishment is that she won a world silver medal on the uneven bars. Then
Which is
it's that
great.
she was like a European champion on the uneven bars.
And those are great accomplishments to have.
Or maybe that
Once
she's an
you're
Olympian.
retired and you're a coach, and you be like, look at me, I'm the world silver medalist from 10 years ago. But when you're a current gymnast and you're currently trying to make your world and Olympic team,
So
maybe
it's taking
2019
spots
was
away.
a long time ago. Like that was a whole other quad ago. That was before COVID, bitch. So what did you do since then, girl? And since then, GB has ample right is the wrong word.
What?
there are reasons why British gymnastics treat you the way that they do, and it's because they don't trust in you, and you are just giving them more reasons not to trust in you.
But how many Worlds or Olympics or Worlds has she gone for since 2019 that she missed?
The Olympic Games,
I said Worlds, but yeah, she missed the Olympics. That's what the docuseries was about, right?
2022,
She
2023.
tried for both of those.
Well, I know she tried for 2023. I'm not sure about 2022, but I think she did.
Mm?
And John, you're not wrong on that. On that aspect of talking about Gabby Douglas, you're not wrong. That's why I have yet to put her. I want her to make the Olympic Games. But I don't. It's been a very long time since we've seen Gabby Douglas do gymnastics, and I'm not going to be delusional. Like,
Wait, has she been to a national camp? Team camp?
I think she
Yeah.
went one in. I think they had one after Worlds, and I think her and Trinity went.
And what did the people say about her? Like Chelsea Memo.
I don't remember. I don't think they talked about it very much.
I doubt she was doing like full routines also.
I don't think she had full. So I
Stop.
doubt
Give
that
her
she
grace. The three-time Olympic champion.
technically, yeah.
So
Um,
I wish she was going to one of these World Cups.
I wish
Her
she.
versus Melanie versus Rebecca.
I'm not ready for that yet. I'm not. I'm barely ready for her versus Charlize versus Simone. Like I can handle her versus Kalia Lincoln at this point in time. Her versus Trinity Thomas. Like
Hesley Rivera.
her versus Hazley Rivera. Yes.
That's so probably. So they're definitely gonna be like Wolga girls who are left off of the Olympic team.
There's only
But
gonna there's two Wogas. There's only gonna be two Woga gymnasts that have a realistic shot of making the team. And one of those girls is just a lot of fairy tales and feelings because they've been retired for like 6 years. So
yeah. Oh, so you think that Kalia's I'm not even gonna put that out there actually. No. What did you
um
think? Are we done with British Championships? Alice Kinsella would have cleared, but she hurt her elbow and bruised it really bad on bars. Do
I'm
you
not
still
sure she
think
would
on
have prepared. She would have been good. She would have
is
been good.
Ondine? You think Ondine is the leader over Alice, who's been around since 2017?
No, no. I think Undine have more potential than Alice, but I do think Alice, without the Galarova twins, is their best gymnast.
I definitely agree. She has more potential. I just think she has like the last time I checked, which wasn't British Championships, I didn't see all her routines from British Championships. She didn't have like up to par beam and floor composition, or did she? Vault and beam are her best. Like they stand out as an all around.
As an all-rounder, I think she's good on three events. I think floor is actually her worst event, weirdly.
Do you know what they were giving her on bars? Like a 14.
I don't remember. I do know she made the bars finals, and I don't remember what her bars finals routine was like.
Was there
I know
comment?
that
Oh yeah, there
in
was commentary.
in
Danusia
Britain, I know
Francis.
Desiree Fenton ass need to stop playing before her ass get left off damn team.
Who?
Georgia May Fenton.
No, absolutely not. She was supposed to be on the team for sure last, like a year or two ago.
She's been on the team. It's just now it's like she's
No,
not.
but she had a bad Worlds. She had a bad Worlds.
Oh, she truly did. Oh, she truly did.
She was supposed to be on the Olympic team in 2022.
Who's going to LSU? Georgia May Fenton? I mean, it would be a good. Oh, Dean is going to Cal. I think next year after the Olympics.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Did
That's
we talk
great
about
for
the
them.
Gabby practice video? What Gabby practice video, John? And Georgia May Fenton is kind of an older gymnast. I think she's too old for college. I'm not trying to say she's old, but like she's an older. I think she's in her late 20s.
You know how Gabby used to do switch leap back pike? Was it a pike or a tuck?
I think it was a back top.
So you think she did switch half back pike?
But I think she did switch lead back pike, switch half back top. I'm so sorry.
Me too. So imagine she did switch ring back pike.
Like Kyla Ross was trying to do.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for reminding me. Yeah. The straddle full pike pack combo. I
I
hope
think. Well,
she
Gabby
comes
has
up with
shown.
something more exciting than that.
Oh, yes. We can do that. Like that. The straddle for the downy to the pack. Yeah. Yay, Gabby. But I mean, I would prefer it be an inbar for to a downy to a pack. That's the ultimate goal for me. But I don't think Gabby has her inbars back. Hey RJ, yeah, you're hella late. But thanks for joining, friend. I love you so very much. Um,
How do they prevent the gymnasts or discourage them from doing like a takacha facing away from the low bar, swing, and then back like what, like an ejava or what Elise Ray used to do, where she
like a back.
swing back to a handstand on the low bar.
Oh, the back uprise. I don't know. I think it's. I don't know why people stop doing the uprise.
Oh yeah, it's an uprise without the clear hip.
Hmm. So in the last few minutes of the show, let's because we talk
Wait,
almost.
are we done with British Championships?
Yeah, because I mean, I don't have nothing else to talk about with it unless it's something else we want to talk about.
No, I didn't even see most of it. That's why I'm so happy you had a lot to say. Uh, do you have anything to say about Russian Championships or
Yeah, that's
DTD
why I wanted to close
or
out.
Baku?
Russian Championships was very good, and I'm so glad that Listanova proved that she's just not that girl. I'm so glad that she proved that if the Olympic Games was happening, Russia would be like the fifth best team in the world right now. Russia, Russia showed her they ass and hell. Listanova was falling like 3 times, still scoring a 13-5. So hell, Russia was really playing with that girl feelings.
Beam?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't see that score, but I saw that routine.
I don't know
Mm.
what's going on with Russia and their choreography either. There used to be like the best one. Now their choreography is like weird, like the British.
Who are you? Like everyone? Or do you watch everyone? Who do you Do you pick a couple girls? Do you know a couple girls, or how many do you know?
I know Melnikova, Listanova. I know it's not, Grashima.
You can just or describe the gymnastics as well.
So sometimes it's all very bland, so I don't know. I know that the new young girl with like the incredible bar routine who has like the Komova to a Downey to a pack, and then she's going back to a like a I think she's doing a regular
Ciao.
child to a Ginger. She has black hair. She's one of their younger girls. She's really good.
Yeah, I think she just turned senior. What's the name of Russia's Olympics? You know?
Their friendly games, almost.
Oh, it's the same name as the ones in '84.
I think so.
Work. Okay.
That is iconic. And then somebody else posted a video of them doing a pat to a Komova too.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Anna Paderariu.
Really?
Yes.
Well, we know we're never going to see that.
No, and it was in a like a training gym.
Mm.
What do you think about DTB TOTUN scoring the highest beam and bar score of the quad?
Yes, and how controversial that has been. I
I'm
don't.
so proud of her.
I am proud of her. It's just I just don't understand what the people are saying, how they're gonna score beam and bars when it comes to the Olympic Games, because especially beam, it was like a 13 was like a great score on beam at the beginning of this quad. And now it's like everybody's scoring close to 15 on beam. And I don't know how to feel. Like I don't know what is a real legitimate beam
Best
score.
beam workers in the world, right, Makayla?
Say that again?
Aren't these like the best beam workers in the world who are getting close to 15? Simone, all the Chinese. There's some other ones. Kaylee and Nemore got like a 14.4 at one of these World Cups.
Yeah, like
But she had a 6.4 routine. That's
okay.
nothing to scoff at.
But like even Sky Blakely, like at the beginning of the quad was scoring like a high 13.7. Now she's like 14.7, doing basically the exact same routine. And I just don't.
Well, there are explanations, actually.
Okay. I'm waiting to hear the explanations.
You never talked about, you never drew, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if I should bring it up. But you didn't really talk so much about Sky tonight.
Oh, Nisha didn't start with me, so I was gonna let it go.
Okay. What else?
Can we play my video? Because I want to know that I add this damn start value up correctly, you guys. I'm really trying to learn. Like, I'm just not on some bullshit. Like, I'm trying to learn how to add up
The
start.
Reese, the Reese Spada?
No, the one I did it with Gabby on Twitter. Because I
Oh, her
re-updated.
beam.
Yes, I re-updated it and I tried to calculate the D score, but I'm
I
not
saw it
sure.
on YouTube.
Oh, you can play it on YouTube too. I think I posted it on YouTube.
What do you think about Nina is going to Paris?
Yes,
Thanks to
she
her
is.
balance beam, not her bars.
I think Nina got something in store for y'all kids on uneven bars in Paris. Y'all just better watch out.
Do you expect her to do the all arounds for Belgium?
Yeah.
Okay, is it update or my dream routine for Gabby?
The update one.
Literally, there were Americans at DTB, but you don't have any opinions. American wags.
Congratulations to Addison and to Nola and to Dulcie. Y'all represented very hard. And even though we giving the Chinese girls all this credit, y'all still beat them. So hey, that's something.
Wait, they like competed against each other?
Hmm.
What did the US score? I thought China won with their like 162, but maybe it was just like not all the teams had competed yet.
That was the women's team competition, but they did have a mixed pairs competition with the scores that Q got
Oh,
that
the
14.
US only sent wags to do the mixed team?
Correct. Yes.
They didn't even send a whole wag team?
No, they sent 3 girls. And those 3 girls
Not
was with 2 of the guys that went to the DTB and they did the mixed pairs. And that team still beat the Chinese team because when Quay got her 15-5 or whatever, that was in the mixed pairs competition, not the women's team competition. So even with that 15-5, whatever Addison, Nola, and Dulcie did, still was able to beat them. So
yes, because they had other gymnasts. This
yeah.
young gymnast Zhang Xinyi, and she flopped.
My boo Ray Wan, she didn't do the best that she could possibly do.
So we've never seen that. Okay, yeah. Where'd you come up with that?
Uh, I think the first combination because I was like the DDD gets 4/10, but if they add a back handspring out of it, that would add a 5/10. But then she still need to do her acro series, so she might as well just continue it through to her acro series and get all of that done at the beginning of the routine.
Does that actually make sense, do you think? In terms of trying to get a high score as possible?
Yes.
Because like isn't there a increased chance for like mistake because of how long that connection is and how hard it is?
It is, but there's no other place because like you can only do 2 back handsprings. So if she does the back handspring out of that without doing her acro series, where else is she gonna do her damn acro series at? So
Maybe she'll do a front handspring front tuck.
that's a goal.
It would be so pretty, I feel like. Ooh, these ads, sorry. Should
So
we
to
watch it
start
one more
value, I
time? It was so
got
quick.
yeah, I know because it's on like a minute. You can fast forward to the end and just so the start value I got was a
She's
six point
sorry.
eight,
6.8.
and I broke it down to pause how I got to that 6.8.
Okay. So the F is for the full, or the
Mm-hmm.
E is for the switch ring. The D is for the switch half. The D is for the split ring jump. And the last D is, what does she do?
She did a switch leap mount, which is a D. She did a
Oh,
switch
the
hat.
switch leap mount. Okay.
Uh-huh. And then she did a ring jump, which is a D. Her ring E is a E. And then she would be doing a tuck forward, which is an F, a front walkover, which is a D, a pike front, which is an E, and a double pike, which is a D, which is an E with the 2/10 bonus on it.
It's really 6.8. That's like, that's like still not as high as my girl Tio. All that, and it's 2/10 less. Um. Okay. I'm like trying to check it, but it's. I have to focus, and then I'll stop talking.
The only thing that I'm not sure if she gets the
Yeah, I
series.
don't. Sorry,
Thing.
let me double check my math. I'm so slow.
The thing that I'm still is series bonus versus connection bonus. Like I don't understand how they give series bonus and not connection bonus or
I know, I don't like it. I miss when it was all connection. So I was just adding up the top 8 skills, and it's like I'm not getting 3.9. Is that what I'm
where
supposed to get?
where are you getting 3.7?
Yeah.
I'm adding 2/10 of a point for the dismount bonus. I'm just adding it to that E already.
Okay. But okay. And then the series bonus goes for the end as well. You put that there?
Yes.
Great.
And I'm saying that her first
I got 6.9. 3.9 plus 2 is 5.9. 5.9 plus 3 is 6.2. 6.2 plus 6 plus 0.7 is 6.9, right?
yeah. Wow. Maybe
3.9 plus 2, 5.9. 5.9 plus 0.7 is 6.6 plus 0.3 is 6.9.
okay.
Yes. I haven't seen any 6.9 routines this quad. She's so unique.
So I think that's the routine that Gabby should do, and it's worth a 6.9. Now I know y'all done made up a routine for Sonya that's worth a 7.1. So
Who did that? Poor lawyer or someone else?
no,
That was
oh,
on B or bars.
that was for parts. It was Wong for something on
Because I want to watch that right now.
I
Compare.
reached out. Well, let's play it while we have this.
Where is it,
No,
on
it's
your
on
Twitter or on your YouTube?
Twitter. Yeah, on my Twitter. I shared it. I know I did because I was like, friend, that's a lot.
No, Makayla said she had a 7.1 for Suni, right?
Yeah, that's what somebody shared. I think their person's account is like Juan for Eric or something like that.
Oh, that's what they said in the comments, but it was 7.0. Wait, you see, I'm trying to share your Twitter, right?
Yes. Oh, I got it open. I'm so sorry.
Wong for Worlds.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Do you think it was recent? Or like, oh, 7.1. Okay. I can make it full screen. What is she doing? Let's break it down. Layout, step out, handspring, Corbett.
Mm-hmm.
Unique. Okay. I don't know. Like, is that like the smart? Like, I don't know the connection values to tell you that that's the most efficient
I think it's
combo.
like a 0.4 because I think it's a DBB.
But your combo was 0.5. You don't think
Because
there's like a
it's
small.
fourth skill. And the fifth skill wasn't getting any connection value.
So the rest of the routine is pretty untouched or like the same, except for the dismount. That just is testimony of how smart Suni's beam construction is and how good of a beam worker she is.
Mm-hmm.
It's so satisfying when she does that series well. And she does it well most of the time. Okay, so she hasn't done that dismount in that combination since like 2018 or 19, I don't think.
Yeah. I think if
But
if we do get a double pipe from Suni, it's going to be out of a round off.
there's so many dismounts to get named in terms of forward tumbling off of beam.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. That's
Like that
supposed
is
to
so
be.
untouched. Someone needs to just be trained. That's their niche. They get them all. The front double pike, the front double front half out,
Her. Yeah.
front
Hell,
Randy.
the handspring. I think the handspring double twist in front is in the quarter point.
It is, but not the Randy and the like the Dos Santos off of beam. Who's gonna do
Yeah,
that?
that's the next one I expect to see.
How is that never like I've never seen anyone like any footage of anyone training that even, but I've seen two gymnasts do double layouts off of me.
Hell, not too many people do Arabian double fronts. A full end must be easier than an Arabian double front off a beam because not too many people fool around with that Arabian double front off a beam.
I think you're right, and it's too bad because I love watching it.
I do
Hit
too.
the
I think Gabby
roll.
has to play Arabian double front.
It'll probably be so good. What's the issue? Like that she doesn't, she over rotates it, or she's inconsistent.
I got one more video that I want to play that I created, and then we could end the show. I want to play when I made my dream routine for Jade Carey's flow routine. While you're on my Twitter, you want to, because whatever Oregon State did to Jade Carey, and taught her how to dance.
Of getting it done on the international.
It needs to be studied because Jay Carey was moving and dancing and choreography and all of these good stuff that I never thought that Jay Carey could do before.
Bro, here's Melanie, by the way. We
In the back, very fast.
So she does a blind change, or is it L grip? I think if it's a Healy, then it's a blind change, right?
It's a blind change. What I don't like about her technique is she does the entire skill in handstand. So it's like
The blind change?
No, the Healy. She does the whole skill.
Like instead of doing it on the way earlier on the way up?
Yes.
Because she does do it on the way up. Just at the very end. Bam. She's not vertical yet. She definitely goes past vertical. Ooh, but she does a nice job. Just a leg separation. And I don't even know what you can deduct for that. Like, she wasn't fully rotated, so what's that? Precision?
Precision.
And that's supposed to be a ling, but she's way. Does she start it way later, or she?
Again, she starts these skills, the twisting, she initiates the turning, in my opinion now, too
Because
late.
look how she changed. She really arches her back or her shoulders more than I feel like the Chinese gymnasts do. Right there, you know?
Yeah, even more than Gabby.
She's like arching her back to make sure she gets up, I guess, enough to go over the bar and then start it, as opposed to like being like a straight line, and like being able to do it on the way up and maintain that line. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I completely agree with you.
Should I mute it?
No, we're here now. We're here now.
Opening up with a double layout, full out. Absolutely stunning. It's great to see her back on the floor lineup. She hasn't been in the all around all season, which has been a challenge for her. So she's excited to be back.
People were gagging over this.
I'm people. I was too.
French front through the double tap. Landed straight up and down, showing complete control.
Wow.
And I think that routine is absolutely 1000% possible for her. I think that routine is probably the plan. Like, and you said that routine is like a 7.1 also for her. That's like high.
That's really generous to be like Jade Carey can plan to do that routine and finish with the double layout.
I think it's possible for her, friend. You don't think it's possible?
Didn't I? I thought, no, I don't. Sorry, I was about to say something. So catty.
I think it's possible for Jade, especially the way she's looking now at. She looks like she's ready to go to the Olympics. Like she looks good.
She looks good to me, but adding another pass, adding difficulty in those other passes, like moving her hardest pass back, and maintaining. Maybe that's why she was able to sell it more, move better. Like, I would be so scared that she would just be gassed and like would land that double layout just so short. You know what I mean? The way she like landed it, so she had a couple of really short landings that we haven't really seen from her before, like this last season.
Mhm. And John, no, you're supposed to finish the skill in handstand. I don't think the technique is doing the whole skill in handstand. That's almost impossible. Well, I mean, it's not impossible, but I think the thing is you need to finish the skill in handstand.
That would be really demanding, even more demanding.
Correct. She should keep that two jump combo for the elite. I don't think she can. I think she has to do leap into
It wouldn't count for a dance passage because both have to be moving, and one of them is a jump.
correct. She has to do two leaps, not two jumps. Um,
What if someone tried to be like, leap into my tumble, into my second leap?
I'm pretty sure somebody somewhere along the world has tried that and failed. I'm pretty sure.
Probably before it was a compositional requirement.
Absolutely, absolutely.
We
Well, you
covered so
guys,
much.
we made it to the end of the show. We've actually covered everything that we said we were going to talk about and more. We actually we actually got a special guest to come on. Nisha actually came on and we actually talked about NCAA and covered that pretty decent for about an hour. Like we did
Th-
good.
Thank you, Nisha, for coming on again.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Any final thoughts, Oscar?
Did you watch um any of the figure skating world championships?
Not yet. I clearly I saw Iliac routine, but like have I actually like paid it like not really, not yet.
Do you Are you more or less interested in figure skating since the Russians have been banned?
It hasn't moved my interest one way or another.
Okay.
It hasn't made me be like, ooh, let me watch it now. Or I'm not watching it because there's no Russians. It's like the thing with figure skating for me is I used to be into it just as much as gymnastics, but then they changed the rules to the open scoring system, and it
Were
really.
you really just as into it? Like when the early 2000s, late
Mhm.
90s?
I was into it until I think it was 2014, Sochi,
That's recent. That was a decade ago.
because once Sochi happened, I just couldn't. Like I was so mad about the results of the women's all around. Like I just stopped watching it completely.
The Russian, she robbed Kim Yuna.
Yes,
See, I don't even remember her name. Do you?
Russian, that Russian girl,
Sotokova.
the one who did not do the damn Schindler's List routine.
Oh, I remember her name. Do I? But I remember that routine for sure. Yulia Lipnitskaya.
Yes, 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 yes.
What do you think
Okay.
about Selena Harris winning that, beating Grace and Jade for that all around the pack?
But
thing.
I absolutely believe she deserved it because Selena had
That made me so happy.
she had a brilliant season this year. She definitely carried that team on her back by herself this year with no help.
I didn't really understand that you can have like such an amazing season and still have like kind of off meets where you're not falling but you're like not hitting your routines to as
Yeah,
you usually do.
I'm sure everybody has those type of meet.
Yeah, I feel like there's like an image curated though of like in NCAA especially of like perfection.
I absolutely agree with you. Selena Harris' back is about to fall out from carrying UCLA so hard, but Mama did what she had to do. I cannot believe, you guys, ending this show off, that there is almost 100 people who is watching us right now, mostly from Twitter, which emphasize what I'm fair to say. I'm really fair to move the platform to Twitter. Like Twitter is my like the people on Twitter. I don't know why Twitter just don't give me the issues that YouTube give me, and like I've only been streaming this to two platforms today, which is YouTube and Twitter, and we're almost at 100 people watching, and it's only like 6 of y'all watching on YouTube. So all of them people are watching on Twitter. So thank you, Twitter. I'm much more going to focus my attention that way. I hear you. I see you.
And leave a heart emoji if you're on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube.
I think the only people who are watching on YouTube are my 6 or 7 moderators. Everybody else is watching from Twitter.
Wow, who are your 6 or 7 moderators? Do you know that?
It's John, Nisha. It's John Perry, Johnny. It's Nisha. It's Ezra. It's you. Well, are you a moderator on the page? I'm not sure. You always watch from. I have
You
another
tell
moderator.
me.
I don't. RJ is a moderator. Uh, I think that's it.
Nice circle.
And with that being said, do I have anything else to add to the conversation? Let me think. The girls are upgrading it, and until we see these upgrades being competed, um, it is what it is. Like,
What are we gonna see some shenanigans on April 1st? Do you think?
that's not April 1st.
April Fool's Day. I just feel like something is gonna happen that's gonna be upsetting.
Yes. Hi, Fluid Art Dreamer. Hey, friend, how you been? It's been a long time since I've seen you in the chat, friend. Um, so I'm thoroughly tapped out. I'm thoroughly tapped out. Like I'm trying to think of something else to talk about, and I'm done. Like I have nothing else. Like Oscar,
No, I'm so good. We talked longer than we planned on talking.
I know. We love you guys. Thank you for riding out with us all this time.
Thank you,
Oh, for
Makayla.
Aruna. Oh, she's over there with Adit. So if you ever miss her, go over there. She's always commenting on Adit stuff. Anyway, that being said, I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Oscar.